Everybody, we are back. It is Taped on Live's favorite podcast, favorite channel, favorite is everything. We are back. You guys already know what to do. Hit the subscribe button, subscribe. Hit the like button if you like it. Hit the dislike button if you don't like it. Leave a comment if you like it. Leave a comment if you don't like it. Also, follow us on Twitter at the Mark John NFL for me, at Glenn Rockney for Glenn, and of course, pandasubs.com, discount code TDL for 25% off. Also, make sure you guys hit up Homage. 15% off on Homage using this QR code right here. Boom. Get you the Mendoza shirt. Fernando Mendoza, Las Vegas. Yes, sir. You get you the little old school Mendoza shirt. Fernando, who only had 2 passes, hit the ground, right? Like it was a pro day this week. So get you a shirt. It's time to get you a shirt. If it is, the value is pretty low right now, right? So get you the shirt there. And of course, we're always going to do the Tape Don't Lie giveaway here. Let's pull up this the website here. Boom. So I was thinking today we do the flag.
Good idea.
The flag, and then let's do the slides. The flag and the slides.
Flag and the slides, love it. That's garage. That's when you got the garage. When you're drinking beers in the garage, you got your slides on.
Mm-hmm.
The flag in the garage.
Yeah, TDL flag in the back.
Love it.
Yeah, man. Ryan L wants a Glendoza shirt. Maybe I could design it. That'd be dope.
Whatever that's gonna look like.
What is the picture on your Twitter? I'm looking at.
Oh, that's Clint Kubiak ascending from heaven into the Allegiant Stadium. It's a real picture.
Oh wow, that's hilarious.
Yeah, they took that. That's that. Nobody. I was surprised none of our beat reporters picked up on that, but he did descend from heaven.
He did descend from heaven.
Yeah, he did. It was weird. Like nobody reported on that. Clint, I'm curious. When you came from heaven, what was the trip like? No, none of that happened. Yeah, but yeah, I know. I do. We do need. Hey, this is something. No, Marcus, you need to not even lift a finger on it. This is something that the ever-growing audience of TDL can help with. If you want a Glendoza shirt, make the design, and we'll see the contest. We'll see what happens. You guys, Grok goes crazy. I'll just tell you guys that. Like, so if you guys want to do it, do it.
Yeah. Everybody uses Grok. Every rap album is Grok now.
It is. Well, it's funny because Bay Area mixtapes looked like Grok back in the day, like old Jacka album cover. Rest in peace, Jacka. Rest in peace.
Mm-hmm.
But his old, like a lot of like the Tear Gas album cover for Jacka looks like AI. If you look up, like, I mean, a lot of listeners know that album for sure, Bay Area guys. But like, it looks like what Grok makes now. So it's like that's actually forward thinking when you make AI by yourself back in the day, 10, 15 years before AI. So
yeah. Yeah, I see some terrible Grok covers though, man. Some of them are awful. It's like, dog. Like there's other websites you guys could use. There's other apps besides Grok. I know Grok's super easy, but there's other apps you could use that make better AI stuff than that shit, bro. Like that, it just looks like it looks so awful. When I see the shit, but like, yo, I see like an album cover, like, yo, yeah, that looks fucking terrible, dog. I just want you to know, that looks fucking god awful. Everybody uses it, man, and it's crazy.
And that's how I know diss tracks have gone downhill, because that's the easiest thing to diss somebody on. You know what I'm saying? Like back in the day, somebody would be like, you would get somebody on the Grok cover, no question.
Exactly, because I tell you, this shit is terrible, bro. I've seen some terrible Grok covers.
All right, you can make a great Glendoza shirt if you want. I'll tell you, I can't even picture it in my mind's eye right now. So if you guys got it, do it.
Yes, sir. Look at Caleb. Caleb's out here gifting memberships. There you go. There you go.
Damn, Nino Brown passing out turkeys.
Yes,
love it.
Yeah. You know, I was about to quote New York City, but then I forgot to quote the courtroom.
Yeah, it's been a while since I've seen that movie, but I do remember. I do. That's one thing I remember is passing out the turkeys.
Hey, New Harlem has a poppy seed.
Yeah, I just remember cancel that bitch. That's the only other line I remember from that movie, and I don't think that applies here.
This is big business.
Classic. It is a classic. I mean,
this is the American way. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, that's a classic ass movie. That is great speech right there. All right, so we're here to talk about the Raiders, though. It is off season, so of course we're just gonna be bullshitting here a little bit, guys. Don't worry about it. There's gonna be a lot of bullshit for the next till August, maybe training camp. So like end of July, we're gonna be bullshitting a little bit, guys.
Yeah,
a lot of bullshit. So just get used to it. But we are doing something cool today. We're doing a best 20 Raiders play tourney, right? So I got went to Discord, got some requests. Then I had to go to Raiders, some Raiders highlights, because I want to leave after 2000s. I felt bad. Like, every single Raiders fan gave me something from 2010. I was like, I mean, they did do really well from 2022. There's got to be some great plays. So I try to go back a little bit and get there, man. And then I saw some plays I forgot about, like the Chris Carr interception with the Steelers.
Yes, against Roethlisberger. Yeah, that was crazy. That was such an upset of a game. Like the Raiders were so bad that year.
Yeah,
and the Steelers were like, I mean, really good. Was that a year they won it all? I don't think so, but they were very deep in the playoffs that year. They were that was the height of like the Polamalu, Harrison, teams like that, and the Raiders beat them in and that was Gradkowski, right? Was that not the Gradkowski game?
No,
that's a different game.
It's 09.
Yeah, so the Raiders do have some. I mean, they did lose, I remember 35-0 once against the Steelers, not, about 10 years ago. But otherwise, they do play the Steelers kind of well.
It was kind of funny when I was making my list. There's my original 20 there's 4 Steelers plays against the Steelers. The Doc B play, I had that one originally, but I was like, I mean, did I put that on there? I mean, that was a big play to Lewis Murphy. But they're all Steelers plays. The Chris Carr one, you know what I mean? Yeah. I got Terrell Pryor right here.
Yeah,
Steelers.
One I didn't. Oh no, you do have it. Never mind. It's on there, so I won't say it. But we will talk about that. But yeah, there's definitely. I think you did about as good as you could on here. I mean, it is a bit depressing making that list, is it not? Where you're kind of like, damn. Yeah. We need about 10 years of winning here.
Because if you get real, all the best plays was 2020 were in a 4 or 5 year span.
2016 and 2021. Couple here and there from some 8-8 seasons. Yes, couple Jacoby Ford plays.
Yeah.
Khalil Mack 5 sacks. There's some there, but that's not a play either. That's a something that happened
a moment,
in the game.
Right? That's more of a moment.
Yeah, just a dominant game. So yeah, it's we start winning, man. Whenever you do these, it's bittersweet. Whenever you do these and your team hasn't been good for a while, you're like, "Whoo, I'm scraping the bottom of the barrel here." Yeah,
it was rough, man. It was tough. It was tough because I was just going through it, and I was like, man, I'm doing a lot of car plays. I have to go back and you just see what I'm missing here because it literally is all one era. One era, right? I mean, this the whole car era, basically. I mean, that's most exciting, probably besides the beginning. But since the turn of the decade, man, it's really been just the Derek Carr era, really.
Yeah. Well, I mean, let's hope that this new one, is just full of these. Let's hope there's just 20 in the next 3 years that just wipe out this list. That's what we're hoping for as Raider Nation.
Yeah. Because what play I thought about putting on here was the Khalil Mack and Seymour.
That was fun. That was such a fun Thursday night game that ultimately didn't mean a lot, but it was the start of a core kind of okay, there's a little core here. We haven't won a game for a long time. We were 0-10. They tried their hardest to lose that game, but it was kind of okay, these guys are going to be good. And C.O. Moore I thought was going to be really good, and he wasn't. But Khalil Mack is that guy.
Yeah, I did think C.O. Moore was going to be good too.
Sure. Yeah. 3rd rounder out of UConn, right? Was he out of UConn? Yeah. Yeah. I remember getting I remember that was back when draft experts were that was a good pick. I was like, whoa, they liked one of our picks back then. So, yeah, it was cool.
Yeah, because with C.O. Moore, that's the thing, because he had some pretty decent years to start off, but then he just kind of faded off.
Yeah, I also just don't know. I just think he was just such a tweener, and just never could quite. That's what I mean, I'm not comparing the two guys, but when people talk about Arvell Reese being great, I'm like, okay, but you gotta play him somewhere. Where you have you might be a really good player, but what position are you playing him at? And I know we play a little positionless football, but there's still positions on the mat. So I always with C.O. Moore, I was always thought about that. I'm like, okay, he's not a true edge, he's not a true outside linebacker that plays in space, but he's just a good athlete that makes plays here and there. And that's always the toughest guy to project into the NFL.
Damn, did the Raiders trade him that quick?
Was it the Jets? Where did they trade him?
The Colts.
The Colts. That's right. It was 3 years in. I mean, I think it was when Del Rio came in, right?
Mm-hmm.
They probably got rid of him, shipped him out of there. That would make sense because he was a Dennis Allen era guy, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He had 7.5 sacks in 2 seasons.
Yeah, that's what I mean. He definitely made some plays.
Mm-hmm.
but I think like teams would get him out in the flats, and it was kind of ugly, just kind of.
Yeah.
I just remember that.
Mm-hmm. Because you know the interceptions or anything.
No.
But that's why I was trying to figure out how long he was on the team. That's why I was trying to like how long was he on this? He was on the 2015 team because that's when they had like they brought in some like Malcolm Smith. It's shit like that.
Yeah. No, it's true. He wasn't here that long. Dang, another 10 memberships. My goodness.
It's you, Caleb is just giving them out, man. He's Oprah today. He's Oprah at TDL.
That's true. Look under your chair, guys at home.
Look under your chair, man. You might get something from Caleb there.
You hear that? All right, jingling? Guys. You hear that jingling? That's a TDL membership under your chair.
Check under your chair, guys. So.
What do you have right now, Marcus, for members? Like, this is a good time to tell people for members what's available on the channel. Maybe people that might be stumbling into a free membership. What do they have to offer? Yeah, so what I have to offer for memberships is, I got basically every Mendoza game. Every Mendoza game is on there. I got Purdue. I didn't do Wisconsin, but I did Maryland. I think I did. I'm pretty sure I did Iowa, Miami, Alabama, Oregon. All the Mendoza games basically are on there. I got Mike Washington and I got Dalton Johnson on there right now. If you want to go through the old stuff, there's a whole bunch of cool member stuff you can go through. Especially even last year's draft picks. Everything is just long version on there, so that's why it's really dope. And then I got Trey Zune loaded up and get Trey Zune done, and I'm gonna keep going through these draft picks and make sure we get them all on that membership videos, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, check that out, man. It's really dope. And also you get the episodes early. You always get the episodes early. So like usually with the weekend shows, I posted like a whole day early, right? So you get the whole episode earlier than everybody else, right? And also join the Discord too, man. Make sure you guys join the Discord if you're already in here. Make sure you do that because that's where I got most of the suggestions today for the tourney. So Discord's been great. I pop in there every once in a while. It's been great. Yeah. I might have one Cal game. I think for Stanford. I got Cal. I got him playing for Stanford on there. The big game. I think I got that game on there. And no problem, Dre. No problem, Dre, for the TDL shirt. All right. But today we're gonna be talking about OTAs, of course. Right? OTAs. And then Glenn has an issue with the Elway versus Aaron Rodgers. So we're gonna have a good discussion about that. I will tie that into Mendoza, by the way, too. You're gonna tie it in Mendoza. It's not. I know people are like, yeah, but stop caping for a Bronco. I get it. I know, but it's bigger than that, guys. It is. I agree with you. And so we do that, and then we're gonna do the tournament, man. So we do the tournament and answer you guys' questions. So guys, ask all the questions you guys got. Like I said, we're doing the giveaway as well. So $1.99, we're giving away the slides and a TDL flag. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna get you guys a flag and the slides as well. All right. So hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. But I didn't even get to ask you, how you feeling, man? How you feeling? Oh, I'm good. I was gonna just big up the channel. It's just I've just noticed it growing. The Raiders are coming off a 3-win season. And we're in off-season time, and the episodes just have a really good view count, and I have people tagging me and stuff like this was good. There's a couple haters, but like not as many as you would think for how many people really like it. I know. That's really good. I think everything's been. I just shout out to the people. Shout out to Raider Nation. If they start winning, my goodness, how fun is this going to be? I know, man. That's what I hope, man. I hope they start winning. Or just be competitive. I think if they're competitive, fun bad, dude. I'm ready for fun bad this year. Yeah. Shout out to all the supporters, man. Because seriously, like the draft season was great. The draft was really dope, and we really had a great time there. You guys supported like crazy on the draft. That duffel bag giveaway really helped support the channel. So I really appreciate all of that, guys. So yeah, it's real, man. Like. The channel just continues to grow, man. I don't care if we're not like, these other guys who are like 30 whatever subscribers who are just kind of, no diss to anybody else, all due respect. But, they're just kind of, putting out content just to, kind of glaze fans, right? Right. We're not glazing anybody. Fan service, yeah.
We're not glazing anybody. I like when somebody says that I'm being too harsh on
I know.
Bear from the BYU. You know what I mean? Like somebody said, like, man, you're being really harsh on Bear.
Bear Bachmeier. You're not a big quarterback wearing number 47.
You know what I'm saying? I like that because I'm keeping it real. Like, yeah, no, you're right. I'm not a big fan of Bear Brockmeyer. So I'm gonna keep it real.
That's a Catholic. He's a Catholic guy at a Mormon college. I just don't think it's a fit.
How does that work?
Manti Te'o was Mormon at a Catholic school. It just happens sometimes.
Well, that makes more sense, though. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get it. But yeah, Bear Bachmeier, which sounds like the most Mormon Boy Scout name of all time, Eagle Scout name. He's actually half Thai and half white, and he's Catholic. It tripped me out. I look when that, BYU plays some late night games, couple beers in. I got some money on the game. I'm like, who the fuck is this guy? And I'm like, he's pissing me off. He will make some plays though with his legs though. He does play. He's just one of those college-y Tebow kind of guys.
Yeah.
He's just like a pure college Cole Payton, Tim Tebow kind of guy. And but I looked him up. I'm like, what? I thought they only allowed Mormons there, but I guess Jim McMahon went there, so that we can't really. Yeah, Jim McMahon was drinking beers there
in the 80s too.
Yeah, Steve Young. They brought Steve Young in right after. They said, nope, we need Steve next. We need the real Mormon.
We need that pure blood.
Yeah. This guy got us all sorts of violations with the elder council or whatever the hell they have.
We need that pure blood. Mormon. Straight from Brigham.
Worked out for him too. Steve Young was a bad dude.
Yeah, I know.
He really was. Bro. He really is. I didn't even think about that. Young. He really is like a true Brigham Young disciple for sure. 100%.
No, that's like for real shit.
I didn't even think about that, but that makes a lot of sense now. He sure is. Yeah, that's hilarious.
He's the chosen one. That is weird though. Like, how do you go to? Because I don't want to get too much in Mormonism, but it's like it's not being Catholic.
No, it's different. There's some people from the outside might think they're similar. It's not, because guess what? My best friend growing up was Mormon, and on certain days they were like, "Hey, you can't come over." I was like, "What?" Like they're like, "Don't worry about it. You just can't come over." And I was like, "What are you guys doing?" And I know they're just playing board games in there and eating a bunch of Dutch Brothers ass coffee stuff. I don't know what they're like decaf coffee and stuff. I'm like, what are you guys even doing in there? You guys making it just, hey, I'm not even trying to rain on. I will say, when I was growing up, when we used to play pickup basketball, my friend, and this was probably they probably thought he was a drug addict for doing this, like for being so bad. He used to have at the LDS church in San Jose. I hope I'm not getting him in trouble retroactively, because he might still be active in that church. He used to get the keys to the gym, so we used to be able to play pickup at the Mormon gym. They had a sick ass gym in there. I was like, damn, this shit looked like like a tournament, like like some place where they would play like a weekend tournament, like for the NCAA. They're like, we're at the Hawaii tournament. I'm like, what? Like, you guys got hella money.
One thing Mormons do, they play sports.
And they're athletic as hell. You're like, what the hell? They're all jacked and like big, and they just eat like Twix all day. You're like, what are you doing? Yeah.
Oh man, yeah. So saying like, it's just a.
Their housewives need to get it together though. I'm gonna tell you that much. My wife had that show on the other day. I was like, what are these women got like OnlyFans now?
Yeah. They gotta get that fixed too.
They gotta crack the whip. I might be trying to bring back the spirit of Brigham on them, because no thanks, we can't be having that.
I mean, they're basically Freemasons. That's what they really are. But that's just.
It's true. They will give you money to start a business. No, they will. It's not even a conspiracy. They'll just be like, hey, do your thing, go do your mission. Here's like $50,000 to go start a business. And then they're like, and then it's kind of mob rule a little bit too, where they'll be like, and then you give yourself 5% back, like give the church 5% back of that business. It's a Big Love, the show on HBO. Great show, by the way, if you guys are ever.
Because they even wear even when they get married, they put on the Freemason
Oh yeah. I know what you're talking about.
Apron, you know what I mean. The triangle.
Yeah, dude. No, Howard Hughes. When they started Vegas back in the day, don't even get me started. Again, it's the offseason, guys. Yeah. He thought Howard Hughes hired Mormon people because he was germaphobe. He was so scared of everything, and he was like, they got the purest blood. That was their biggest thing. And he's not even Mormon. He was just like, yeah, I've heard of that. It's weird, man. It's a lot of them are real nice people. You talk to them, but it's like, yeah, man. And they got the Samoans. They knew they need an offensive lineman. That's why I will say I respect about that. They were like, go to Hawaii and go, like, we get killed in the trenches every year. We need to start converting some Samoans. We could tell them there's no limit on what you can eat. You can eat as much as you want and come to BYU and you're gonna tear shit up.
See, this is off-season football talk right here, right?
Mm-hmm. This is off-season football talk. Yeah.
100%. All right.
Bear Bachmeier started.
Yeah, Bear Bachmeier, man. Before we get into OTAs, because I don't see a lot of questions here, man. Like, I was watching the 2027 quarterback class, and you know, there's this dude from Harvard named Jared Craig. That's
Harvard.
He's from Harvard. He went to TC. He's going to TCU.
Oh, so he graduated already, and he's like, I want to play some football now.
Yeah. He's like, I'm 6'4", 230 pounds. I probably should go play with the cannon.
Yeah. Okay.
I probably should go play at a real school where these guys aren't going to drop my passes. But man, that dude is impressive. Like, I was like, yeah, man, that was impressive.
That's funny.
BD sighting in 2026. Actually, BD's helping the channel. He's going to help us download film really quickly. He's got this like AI thing that's can like download all the clips from Game Pass like right away.
Damn.
So
that's huge.
And he can just send it to me in a folder as soon as it loads up, it'll automatically just send it to me in a folder. So
that's huge.
Yeah, man. So he's still helping the channel. He's in the background. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? He's like he's a little puppeteer right in there in the background.
Like when an actor starts directing movies.
Exactly. He's like the executive producer. You know what I mean?
Right. 50 Cent. He's like 50 Cent right now. 50 Cent he just makes power, right? And stuff like that. He's not on the camera. Like that makes sense.
Yeah. Is he a hacker? No, he works for cybersecurity. That's what he does. So technically, yes.
He knows what to you must understand the people trying. It's at the end of the day, when you're on an offense, you got to understand what the defense is trying to do. Mm-hmm. That's what he's doing.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So technically, yes, he does, but no.
Yep.
It goes both ways there. So, is Arch for sure number 1 in 2027?
No, I don't think so.
I think so. I think it is.
I think Texas has a chance to be ass. He's not going number 1 if they're not in the college football playoff. I'm just saying.
I don't know. I feel like it's just kind of set up, man. Like I feel like it's just because he's a Manning. There's gonna be something happening with that, man.
Maybe
kind of just doing that. I say watch out for Byron Brown. He's going to Auburn. Who's he's a big dude.
Yeah.
With a cannon, can run really well. And he elevated the hell out of South Florida. Like, because I did a breakdown with him for draft professors. And the thing is, what I liked about him is like, the South Florida team's not good, but they are good because of you. So that must mean something to me. Like they were like, even against the Miami game, like they were hanging because they had Brown, and then he's going to Auburn. And what if he does in the SEC, man? That's no joke, dog. So I think that class is wide open. I do think Arch is probably going to go 1 just because he's Arch Manning, and if the Texas goes 9-3. He'll go 1, right? Because even I saw JT O'Sullivan glazing him too.
Yeah, I just think he has so much trouble on these intermediate and short stuff. Like it just looks really clunky and weird. And I'm like, man, the deep ball's great. Like when I watch him throw deep, I actually do like it. I'm like, okay, that I see it there. The problem with Arch is like, okay, if you have a few bad losses, like how does he get better from last year? Where last year it was clear when he faced top talent, it was like, nope, it's not, you don't have it. It's not you. And you're not playing at a small school. You're not playing. You have a good coach. You have a good offensive line, players all over the place. And it just didn't seem right. And I don't know. I think you're right. Like I think the odds are like he has to have, if he, like you say, 9-3, I think is the floor for him to go number 1. If they're 9-3, then yeah, he's probably going number 1. But what if those losses are like the Red River rivalry game and then 2 other SEC losses where he just looks awful? It's weird though. Like, you know what I mean? You do have to factor in that.
My thing with Arch is how much they simplify the offense. Like, he just threw screens at the end of the year. Like, people, they're some of his best throws are at the end of the season, right? Like, he has this play against, I forgot what team it's against. Maybe it's Georgia, or no, against Texas A&M, where he like does this, very like old school pocket movement, like pocket mobility type of thing, and people love that play, right? Because he like moves in the pocket, resets his feet, and then hits a second level throw. That's like his biggest highlight throw. But he's also in a game like 11 for 24.
Yeah.
The same game, you know what I mean? Like, so it's kind of like, so to me, is when people watch Arch Manning, is they just ignore, they literally ignore his inaccuracy. You have to watch it and ignore it.
Yeah, I know. That's the thing. Is like, it's just people talk about him like it's a sure thing. Like I have my criticisms of Caleb Williams, but after his junior or sophomore year, I can't remember, whatever it was, that year when he was going into his next year, it was clear he was the number 1 pick the following year. Like, to me, with Arch, I just don't see it right away. I'm not even a hater. I like the Manning family. Yeah, I got nothing against them. Like, I'm not a Manning hater. I'm not anything like that. But it's just sold to you as just you're buying a genetic bloodline, and I'm fine with that because I do believe sports genetics travel down, but I'm not seeing it. I'm not seeing the Peyton stuff. Hell, Eli was a dog in college.
Eli was
that's why I like Eli was better in college than Peyton in terms of like better, like in terms of the results on the field. Obviously, Peyton was just that otherworldly, like, this is going to translate better to the NFL, but Eli in college was crazy. I haven't seen that from Arch, any of that.
Yeah, Eli was, he had Ole Miss, like one of the best teams in
the country. That was with Patrick Willis on that team, with young Patrick Willis on that team. Oh, they were crazy. Yeah. And Eli was legit. He was a legit number 1 pick. And like Peyton at his Tennessee teams just weren't that good. That's why I said that. Like, they were just okay. The T Martin years were better. And I don't know. We'll see. What's this question from Spark Snowboard? I really like that. I like this. I like this.
I gotta say, call your shot now. What draft pick will the Raiders have round 1 in 2027? I think they're gonna draft at number 11.
He thinks I think 11's a very, very safe bet. Good pick. I'm gonna say 9, and I'll say Trevor Gooseby as the player. I think I have never been more in on a first round prospect a year before than Trevor Gooseby. 82.5-inch wingspan, 6'7", 325. His tape last year is like perfect in my opinion. Like, when you just watch it, if you watch all the top SEC rushers that came out last year, their worst game, Trevor Gooseby, every time. He's going to be incredible. And to me, if he's there at 9, and he might not be there at 9, but I think there's a lot of tackles. There's going to be a lot of tackles in the draft, so you never know.
So let me ask you this: why do you think they go tackle?
I don't know. I think you have Glaze is kind of in that contract year right now, right? This is year 3 of Glaze. What is that? Now, let's hope he's good. He's for right now, and I think we're going to talk about this with minicamp. Yeah, he is looking like he's at least getting some first team reps in minicamp or OTAs, whatever that means. It seems like they want to keep Grant at left, and that sounds like the Colton Miller succession plan. What's the plan at right tackle? Like, what's the plan? What's the long? If you have a chance to have what you think is left and right tackle taken care of for the next 10 years for your quarterback right away, and you're picking at 9, so you're just not in Jeremiah Smith range. I think it's a no-brainer, and I just think this guy's the best tackle prospect since Penei Sewell, in my opinion, or since Joe Alt. I'll say since Joe Alt. I'll say that, but to be quite honest, I think he's a little bit more explosive than Joe Alt. I think he's a little bit more get out and like beat your ass than Joe Alt is. Joe Alt was just technician perfect. This guy's got that, plus I think he's got the nastiness.
Okay. Yeah. Gooseby's supposed to be a monster, so I'm not.
Trevor Gooseby. People keep saying who. That's on you for not knowing who that is. He's the man out of Texas. if you're watching Arch this year, you're going to watch a lot of Trevor Gooseby.
Yeah. If they're picking at 11, I'm crazy, but I'm going Jamari Johnson. So that's.
I know you are all over it.
I think that, especially with Michael Mayer leaving, I just feel like that Clint Kubiak might do it. And if I was him, I would, because the thing with Jamari Johnson, okay, is he is probably one of the best blocking tight ends I've seen in a long time. Like, he is Gronk type of blocker, right? Like he basically is like, I feel like he's like a extra tackle. So that's why I feel like he would be interesting to Kubiak, because Kubiak wants his AJ Barner. He doesn't have an AJ Barner on his team right now. Right? Michael Mayer is a decent blocker, but he does lose a lot.
Also,
right?
He's coming up on his final year where they have to make a decision on him.
And I just feel like that if you have AJ Barner, who also runs routes like Bowers, basically, and he's about 20 more pounds heavier.
People
I
love
just feel
him.
like there's a lot of things you could do with that in Kubiak's offense, man. And it would just make it so easy for Mendoza, man. And he breaks tackles and everything. He's just one of the best prospects I've seen in a minute. Like, I just don't understand why the buzz around him isn't higher. I saw one draft dude have him number 5 in their little summer scouting, but I don't understand why he's not higher. But because he's just a monster to me. Every time I watch Malik Benson, I start watching him, and it happens every time. It's just he makes some crazy ass catch or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
He's
a stud. He's a stud. You have people are saying, for what I was saying, like the Goose, if he's a top tackle, he won't be there at 9. That's fair to say. He might not be. If he's as good as I'm saying he is, then yes. But if this quarterback class is as good as everybody's saying it is, people get pushed down. If you're saying 2027 is generational, which people have been saying, people have been holding on to their first round picks. People are saying this last draft didn't even matter because of the 2027 class. These guys are going to get pushed down. You're also going to have Dylan Stewart and Colin Simmons for teams that want edge. You're going to have Jeremiah Smith. You're going to have Cam Coleman. So 4 quarterbacks go in the top 10, and those other players that I just said, that you do have a chance, and the Raiders could also navigate the board a little bit. Yeah. And look, the Raiders still might be bad this year. They might actually pick 6. I don't even know that I don't even know if that's off the table, like some people say it is. So like I said, I didn't just say all quarterbacks were going to go. I said Jeremiah Smith, Cam Coleman, Colin Simmons, Dylan Stewart. Those guys are all projected to go top 10 as well.
Yeah.
So, and again, we still have a full college football season. Go look at everyone's way to NFL Stock Exchange analyzed their last year's early mock draft that they did before the college football season. It was ass.
Yeah.
They were wrong about everything. I remember a couple of years ago when Spencer Rattler was the consensus number 1 pick going into the college football season. I'm just saying, people are wrong about all of this stuff anyways. I'm just saying that's my guy right now.
Yeah. Spencer Rattler being number 1. That's crazy.
People had him as number 1, and there's lots of defensive ends, these random people. It's just college football. We have goldfish memories in football. It's all about what you did the year before, or that current year leading up to your draft class, and then look at Jermod McCoy. I mean, just these if Jermod McCoy was able to declare a year earlier, he'd be a top 10 pick.
Exactly. I saw Baby Chick said that Southern California is about to blow up. I had to Google it.
Orange County, he said. Yeah, I don't know about this. That's crazy. I mean, I know the A's did take 3 or 4 from the Angels, and that might have left a radioactive thing recently. I didn't want to disrespect them like that if there's any Angel fans there, but I wish you guys nothing but the worst. But be safe. In terms of the city, Orange County's got some beautiful parts of it. I had some family that was in Whittier.
Yes, yeah, evacuation orders were issued to 40,000 Orange County residents. They're afraid that this is about to explode, yo.
Yeah, that's why people that want to go nuclear as our base I get the science behind it, but all it takes is that.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? We're really, the bad is really bad like that.
Yeah, anything radioactive, bro. You know what I mean? Anything, scientists love to make the other stuff that could just kill us all at one point.
Yeah. For sure. I mean, hey, That's kind of what it is at the end of the day. Like it's true. No thanks.
Yeah, mad off-season topic, but like even the one dude, Tesla, he like made some kind of like it's rumored that he made some kind of like mind control beam ray. And I always when I thought
the death ray? Are you talking about the death ray?
Yeah, something like that, right?
Yeah. The Tunguska event was Nikola Tesla. Stay woke.
Say what, right? But my thing is like who are his friends? You know what I mean? Like I'm not gonna lie to you, Glenn. If you made a death ray, I'd be like, dog, you need to get rid of that, dog.
Every country fought over it. It was a big thing. Like there was a dude that supposedly had the papers for it, got hit by a car on the street. Like it was nuts. This is what I do when it's not Raiders. When the Raiders are like 3-10, I'm like, let's look up guys that are weird. And that's correct. Checkmate. Tesla didn't have friends. He was what people would call a spurg now. He was just one of those guys like I'm not he got a couple friends, but they were like other guys that did the same thing. That's kind of one of those things where you're like you're about that life to that degree.
He needed a friend to tell him to chill out on these programs he's coming up with. These
yeah, and
this can land in the wrong person's hands,
right? Right.
Yeah, you need to relax.
That's what they said. I mean, the U.S. wanted it, and then the Eastern Bloc wanted it, and there was a big war over it. And he was just like, "Oh, I was just making this because I loved the science behind it." And they're like, "Yeah, we do too. We love this. That's what it is."
Yeah, bro. See, that's what happens. You don't have good friends, man. So somebody told him he needs to relax because.
Yeah, no, Tesla is a fun rabbit hole. Not the company, but the man himself is a very fun rabbit hole. Really cool. I always look up stuff like that. No, but if you look up the Tunguska event, there was this big thing in Russia where a big crater just appeared out of nowhere. And it was rumored that that's where they were testing the death ray at and stuff, because nobody can explain the actual origin of what that event was, and there are trees literally like folded on the side and stuff. It was just nuts.
Like, dog, why are you making that? What is this? Who is this helping? What are you helping by like coming up with this technology? You know what I mean? Like it's fucking Dr. Octopus over here.
It's crazy.
All right. Baby Strick wants to let us know that he saw 2 prostitutes get ran over last night. He made sure that he wanted us to know that.
Maybe they had the Tesla files. You have to think about that. That was just it could have been more than what you saw.
Exactly. All right. We'll get to OTAs in a second here. We need to get back on topic, but answer this question. Thoughts on? All right, this is a good transition to OTAs. Thoughts on reports that Zune was taking snaps at right tackle.
Let's talk about this whole offensive line because it's very interesting.
Yes. So what are your thoughts on Zune playing right tackle?
Man, there's so much. I know we're gonna because I actually think the press conferences meant a lot this week because Kubiak dropped some gems this week. That being said, the offensive line, they didn't talk about it too much other than Zune's versatility, which we know this. We know that's why they coveted him. Plus his athleticism. You know, you and I were not super high on the pick, but the versatility is there. I still like whoever it was. I don't remember in the chat. I still like the idea that Zune is our swing lineman that later takes over for Tyler Linderbaum, who is only on a 3-year deal.
Yeah,
and will be in his 30-ish when it's done. And you know, Zune doesn't have the arm length, but I think he's got the feet, and I think that's definitely they want to know if that's an option. I don't know that he wins the job. I don't know that that's what this is for. It's just hey, if we have the worst week of offensive line injuries, can we throw you out there? And I still feel like that's what it is.
Yeah. You know, I think Trey Zune playing right tackle is interesting because, you know, the Raiders are the only team that thought he could play right tackle. And that's what trips me out because, like, he's labeled as a center, like, everywhere, right? When you look him up, he's a center at every single website, okay? So since he's a center, like, he was supposed to be drafted as a center. Like, that's what I thought they drafted him to be interior offensive line. But if they haven't played right tackle, that means they feel like that he could play right tackle. I mean, they feel like that he could do it, right? And you know, Glaze was the starter out there. So, they just have Zune rotating there. So I think Zune is just a swing offensive lineman.
Yeah.
Right at this point. So it's more not him really playing right tackle. He's just a swing guy. He's a swing. But let's talk about the offensive line starting group, right? So the group was Miller, Spencer Burford, Linderbaum, JPJ, and DJ Glaze were the starters at minicamp or OTAs. What are your thoughts?
Man, my first thought is so the Raiders know this more than anybody because we change coaches more than anybody, or at least among the top in the league and how often. But every time a coach comes in, there's an install year. And in an install year, there's always a shitty guard that ends up starting. I don't know why. It always happens. You have the Cody Whitehair. You have the last year Alex Kappa. You have all these. Like, they just seem to be doing this. And I bet you if you look around the league, like I bet you if you look at Kyle Shanahan's first year with the Niners, he had some shitty guard playing where all Niner fans were probably like, what? It just seems to happen. I don't think it's nothing. Yeah. People think like, oh, it's the install. He knows the offense. No, I think that factors in, but I don't know. You don't just throw Spencer Burford out there.
Okay, so I was trying to look back. Was Alex Kappa the starter at this point in time last year?
Yeah,
he was, right?
They remember we were doing this last year. We were like, nah, we were doing it's just because he has that familiarity. He's a veteran. They have Caleb Rogers, JPJ. Is like, we don't know what that is yet. We right now, I'm telling you, every year, was it Whitehair, Alex Bars?
Mm-hmm.
All these guys for the Raiders, they do this all the time, and I think a lot of teams do, and it's perplexing. It's all of these, 3-syllable words like that mean confused. People are saying not to overreact, okay, but I think Caleb Rogers needs to go win this damn job and win it quick because I don't want him starting.
Because the thing is, that's what I'm saying. Like Alex Kappa was like supposed to be the starter, right? Going into training camp, right?
I think he was the starter. Yes, it did go back and forth during camp, but in like mini camp, he was out there. Pull up the old tweets, guys, if you guys want to see it, like of beat reporters, if you guys.
Yeah, I was trying to find it, but my thing with that, though, when I think about it like that, is that Spencer Burford's out there right now, but what happens when we put the pads on?
I hope that it's the other way around.
I think it's going to change as soon as we put the pads on. I think everything changes because the thing is the offensive lineman, right? Offensive line, especially right now, it really doesn't matter that much as it does seeing what the skill players are doing, like finding out what Mendoza is doing, the wide receivers and stuff like that. That matters more than what the offensive linemen are doing because they didn't got no pads on. So, I mean, we really can't tell how good Spencer Burford is right now. So that's what I'm saying. Like, Alex Kappa being that starter last year OTAs, and then we get in camp, and then obviously he wasn't out there week one. I think we might see the same thing with Burford, like because Burford is just probably the worst pass blocking guard in football.
Yeah,
he's the worst pass blocking guard in football. Like that, you can't pass the ball with him. Like Dutch Masters talk about, he went to the Super Bowl with Kubiak. He also got benched that year because he can't pass block.
Yeah, he can run block. He can run. We'll give him that. He can run block. That's why he's in the league right now.
Yeah,
is because he can run the zone, and maybe that is why he's there. But I'm just saying, like, if you see in 6, July comes and it's like, oh, Burford's still getting the first team reps, and you're like.
Yeah,
I'm just saying, like every coach does this. And that's the problem when you change coaches all the time is you have these install years where they just trust their guys. They trust the guys that they had before. And that ends up being the sacrificial season. And I'm just hoping we have Kubiak for 10 years and we're just not doing this every year.
And my thing is, like, I'll be worried about Burford if he's out there like week one. If Burford's out there starting week one, I'll be super nervous.
I don't want Mendoza out there week one.
I don't want Mendoza out there.
That's what I mean. I've already said I'm fine with them sitting him, but if Mendoza's like ripping it up in camp and it's like, but then it's like, yeah, Burford's your starting guard. I don't care if it's Linderbaum next to him, whatever. But if you're, he'd be your left, so you'd have him flanked by Linderbaum and Miller, which maybe that's what their cope is with that. But no, no thanks. I want no part of that.
God, yeah, he's literally the worst pass blocking guard in football. Like
right, Alex. I mean, that's just what Alex Kappa was last year.
Yeah, because the thing is, Alex Kappa used to be good, though. You know what I mean?
That's true.
Like Spencer Burford's 25. Like,
yeah,
when Alex Kappa was 20, if we got Alex Kappa at 25, I'd be excited. You know what I mean?
Like, we probably wouldn't have got him. Yeah, he would have cost a lot more too.
Yeah, Brandon's poor pro Burford because he's even y'all comfy with the. I'm comfy.
Caleb Rogers is not a rookie guard.
Yeah. Also, I'm comfy with anybody besides the worst pass blocking guard in football. I'm sorry, he is. He's the worst pass blocking guard in football. You can't throw the ball with Spencer Burford. Spencer Burford got benched going into the playoffs. Like they were like, we're not gonna win the Super Bowl if we keep playing you. Mm-hmm. Like he's that bad, guys. Like he is. He's literally the worst. So I hope he's not out there week 1. And if he's out there at week 1, I hope it's Kirk Cousins. But then it might be even worse if he's out there with Kirk Cousins.
Well,
I don't know how.
But we'd know what they think of this team. If it was Cousins and Burford out there, they'd be like, "All right, we don't have it yet."
Yeah. Honestly, like right now, Caleb Rogers is better than Spencer Burford. If I was ranking offensive linemen,
I'd rather go through the growing pain. I'd rather go through the growing pains, especially when you have the chance to have Linderbaum to your right, Colton Miller to your left, and then a Caleb Rogers right there. Now that being said, Caleb Rogers got to go win the job. Like, and you can't really do that without the pads in the trenches like that. So, like you said, that's a good caveat that you can't win this job right now. It's just every year I just think about that. I'm like, man, every single year that the Raiders bring in a new coach, there is a WTF moment at guard in minicamp every single time, and then that guy ends up starting, and we always go like, that's just for the verbiage, guys. And then you're like, nope, he's playing and he's getting absolutely ran through like a turnstile.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like honestly, like I'd rather than play Trey Zuna guard than Spencer Burford. Like I'm telling you, like I feel like
you might be right
because we've seen Spencer Burford play. We've seen Caleb Rogers play. Caleb Rogers had one bad game last year. One.
Yeah,
literally one bad game last year. Look, Caleb's been
he did it like 2 more times since we shouted that out.
Caleb, we appreciate you, man.
I hope you got a nice bonus at work, and you're just you
just go crazy.
I hope you're just balling, and life is incredible right now because you deserve it, sir.
Caleb's going crazy, but yeah, that's the thing. Like we saw Caleb Rogers play, and he played better than Spencer Burford played the guard.
And I think he fits the scheme really well. He has the athleticism. He has the athleticism to do it. I didn't love the Rogers pick. I don't know that he's the most physical at the point of it. I think him and Trey Zune are kind of similar, to be quite honest. I think they're similar. I think they're real. I think Spytek has a type, and I need to see it work at some point, like before every 3rd round you do something like this. Yeah. So hopefully both of them work out, or at least one of them, before I start going, hey, every single 3rd round they're going to trade back, get a couple picks, and one of them is going to be a high RAS guard that's not that physical, at the point of attack. And I'm hoping that this is not the case. Now, flip side, what do you think of JPJ, right guard? Is that where you like him?
Yeah, I think that's a good spot.
Okay.
I like that. I wonder about DJ Glaze because I thought DJ Glaze was going to get a chance because I thought he had a solid rookie year.
Yeah.
And if you are a O-line coach and you feel like you can coach him up and get him to play like he did as a rookie, then he might get that shot, right? That's why I was, not expecting really to take a tackle, and they really didn't, right? But now they got Trey Zune, rotating a tackle, but he's also rotating everywhere else. But and I kind of feel like that's why they didn't really go after right tackle in free agency either, because you got to remember in free agency they didn't tackle right tackle at all. And then the word at the camp is that Charles Grant's not even playing right tackle.
No, that's probably more interesting than anything right now. That's
So what does that mean
crazy.
for Colton Miller? So he's Colton Miller's succession plan then.
100%. Which again, here's my thing, and I'm not an O-line coach, and maybe this is tougher than we think. Why can't he be the succession plan while also competing at right tackle? Because I mean, like, they're not even trying. Like, are his feet just like that bad? Do we think? At right tackle? No, at right tackle. Like, is it that bad? Do we think? Like, they tried it once last year and they're like, never again.
That would be crazy because my thing is, if it was, he sat out the whole year. So like, why don't you just work on it like throughout the season?
Yeah,
he should have been playing right tackle in preseason.
That's what I'm saying. Let's just let me see it not work week 3 preseason against the Seahawks or something. You know what I'm saying? Like, let me see that go. Yep. Okay, you guys are right. So I'd like to. He really must be the succession plan at left tackle, which I don't hate that because I think he could be good at that.
Yeah,
I think he has all the tools. I love the wrestling background. I truly think that's the case. But at right tackle right now, it's Zune versus Glaze. Is that the battle that we think is going to be the battle at camp?
That's what it seems like.
Because at this point, a street free agent's not really going to entice me. I don't think at right tackle. I don't think so. Dalton Wagner. Anybody? I don't think so.
But to me, even playing Zune at right tackle, man, like you're the only team who would do that.
Real, yeah.
That's my thing.
Yeah,
like it'd be different. If it was like, because even with Caleb Rogers, I thought Caleb Rogers was halfway decent at right tackle. I thought he was a pretty good right tackle, right?
In college.
Yeah, and when he played guard, it's kind of like Trey Zuzen's field, where it was worse. Yeah. It was because Zoom was better at right tackle. So was Caleb Rogers. Right? Caleb Rogers played better at guard in the NFL than I thought he was going to play, though. So I think Zune still has the good, pass rush skills, and I think he's better inside. But I mean, Trey Zune's a center, so that's my problem. That's what he is. He's a center. So they got to figure that out. I talk about your succession plan, and maybe Spytek is a succession plan guy.
Yeah,
because obviously, if you're not moving Charles Grant to right tackle, and you're keeping him at left tackle,
yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and I get it because we cannot count on Colton Miller's health. Like for the rest of his career, we're gonna have to just be thankful for every game that he plays. That's just where we are right now in his career. And he's not that old, but it's just after that injury, like because he had multiple injuries. It was a shoulder and then something else. I thought, like, yeah, it's a couple things. And I listened to his presser the other day. Like, even he was just like, yeah, I appreciated the time off. Yeah, I think if the Raiders were competing last year, he probably could have came back later in the season. But yeah, it was good that he didn't. And but yeah, if you have Grant, just saying that's my next left tackle, I hope so. And we'll get to see it in the preseason. If Grant comes out at left tackle in the preseason and just looks like, damn, then okay. All right, we got it. It's fine. And I see people saying trade Colton Miller. No, you don't do that. You don't do that.
No.
You have the success. You have that next guy behind you. That's how good teams operate. And Colton Miller says, "Oh, hey, I want a new deal at some point." Well, the next team that gets you might do it. Like you start doing that. You start playing hardball with people a little bit. And but yeah, the whole that left guard and right tackle, I have a little bit of a. I'm not saying it's an emergency. It's just a little bit of a put a pin in that for later. What's the plan here?
Yeah, because it's like, it's just kind of tough for me, man. I think when you look at what they're trying to do at right tackle, I mean, that's what I'm saying. They really believe in DJ Glaze, obviously. But Glaze has been getting, shitted on all offseason, basically. Everybody's expecting to be replaced. They have basically said, no, we think he can be good and we can coach him up. Because if Trey Zune is your backup, that means DJ Glaze, honestly, is pretty secure at that spot. Would you agree with that? I mean,
yeah. No, DJ Glaze seems to be the most coachable player of all time because 3 staffs have loved him so far.
Yeah.
McDaniels, Carroll, and Kubiak. Those are 3 completely different coaches.
Yeah.
They've all loved him. I don't love him. I don't think most of the people in the chat like him. But he must be that type of guy. Like he just must be like, yes, coach, I got you. Smart guy. You hear him talk. He's a real smart guy. Like you hear him in his pressers and stuff. Can you pull up Brandon's last comment? I want to talk about this. This is an interesting question. Brandon thinks I'm picking on, but I think Brandon's the smart guy, and I like it. I like the questions that he asks. He says, we got to stop making a ton of assumptions about guys who haven't taken snaps in the pros. We have no clue what they will be or what they can do or can't do. Let's see what this young staff can do with them. Here's my problem with that.
Okay.
Caleb Rogers and Charles Grant are both top 100 picks. If you pick them in the top 100, you better know at least what you have to at least have an idea of what they can do. If we're talking about 6th-round picks, yeah, you don't know. Like you're kind of like, hey, I'm taking a flyer on this guy. But in the top 100, like you're trading back in the 2nd round last year, and you're trading back, and then you're like, oh yeah, but I found 2 linemen that I'm real high on. Okay, but okay. They need to have that versatility. And Caleb Rogers played multiple positions in college, right? Trey Zune played multiple positions in college. Charles Grant, didn't, but you would think you would at least try it at right tackle and see that it's completely fallen on its ass.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying he is good at this. Can I see it? Can we see it in a game?
Yeah. And I'm gonna keep it real because I've been watching Cam Ward this week. I'm starting my quarterback countdown, and I've came to the realization just from watching rookies that usually they are the same guy that they were in college for most of year one. That's when I was watching Cam Ward. That's what I thought. Like he didn't want to check down, didn't want to do things. Like later on in the season, he started doing those things better. But when they step on the field, like week 1 and week 2, they're usually the same guy. That's what you're getting. So what you saw on film in college, you're probably going to see on film year 1 from that guy. Now, can he develop and become a better player, like through playing time and continue to get better and continue to grow? Yes, he can. But they're usually the same guy at least until week 8. Like Cam Ward was the same player to week 8.
Yeah.
Yeah,
nothing he did last year surprised me.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I agree.
Like he did get better. Like as the year went along, he stayed a bit more patient in the pocket. He didn't just run out of the pockets and things. He took some more checkdowns. Like you could see there's some growth with him. So like, I was thinking when I was watching, like going into year 2, if I was a Titans fan, I'd be excited, right? Because I there was some growth with him throughout the year, right? But like at the beginning of the season, that he was Cam Ward that you saw in Miami.
Yeah, and I found issues with what I saw at Miami, but knowing that there was still like that's something not everyone can do. There was a few things like that's a throw not everybody makes. But then I'm also like that is that going to get corrected? Is that going to happen? Like I'm not saying there are lots of people that develop in the league.
Yeah.
The thing is, and yes, I just they might put Charles Grant at right tackle at certain spots, but the fact that they just haven't at all makes me think that the plan is no, you are Colton Miller's backup and you are Colton Miller's succession plan, which again, I don't mind, but let me see it at right tackle for a little bit. And if maybe it's just the biggest, Fort Knox kept secret of all time, lockdown that he can't play right tackle. Maybe that's just the case. But I don't know. I don't know. And to me, just Burford being out there, we'll see. Burford is the one that just makes no sense.
Yeah, I don't think Burford is going to be out there at week 1.
Okay, that's fair. No, and that's fair, and I hope you're right.
I don't believe it. Just because, I think right now is more of a veteran thing. He knows the offense and stuff like that, so he'll be out there. But like I said, as soon as they put the pads on, and he gets beat by Adam Butler every single because Adam Butler is gonna kick his ass. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
they're like, oh shit, maybe we should.
Well, I hope so. I hope Adam Butler has a bounce back here.
Yeah, I know. Joe Alalu makes him look like
I
drafted
sure
player.
Hope so. I sure hope so because that will mean the D line is eating, and we're getting questions answered, right? And I don't think Kubiak is hard headed in that way. Can we talk about Clint Kubiak a little bit? Because I think we've learned a lot.
Yeah. Give us your thoughts on Kubiak.
The minute I watched, I had it at work. I was working and I had the YouTube thing open and I was just like listening to the Kubiak's press conference live when it happened. And I find him to be extremely boring. And that's not hating. It's just he is his father's son. There was no paternity test needed. He looks like his dad. He talks like his dad. He's a dickhead like his dad. Straight up. And I found out, and this is all positive what I'm saying right now. Clint Kubiak's a dick.
Yeah, he is.
I mean, people laughed. People thought it was dry like Dwight Schrute office humor when he was talking about the Fernando Mendoza commercial. When he said, yeah, I wish he would just focus on football. He didn't laugh.
Yeah, that wasn't funny. That wasn't a joke.
He's like, no, that was because during that practice, the social media team pulled them or whatever. And he was like, I fucking hate modern football. Like, I hate that the social media team comes out. Can you imagine Bill Parcells having like the social media team? I need Lawrence Taylor for a minute. Can I have Lawrence Taylor for a second?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh, like, you know what I mean? Like, he's that type of guy. Like, no, you cannot. We're doing the most important thing in the world right now, which is football. And he is all ball. And it's not just what Kubiak said, because he said a few things, right? There were these most coaches that are fun and affable would say to the question that was asked about Ashton Genty, which I think was a good question, a rare good question from our beat writers, saying, Mike Washington's in here right now. What does it feel like to say that you can take a little bit of a load off of Ashton Genty? And he's like, no, I want to put more on Ashton Genty. Mm-hmm. Like, he was like, what are you talking about? As a running back, we took 6 overall. What? Like, he's on 4 flats on the Cadillac before we start talking about Mike Washington. Mm-hmm. Like, we will run this man into the ground. Like, are you kidding me? So, like, and he didn't say it with that personality. He was just like, no, that's not happening. He was just ripping like everything, like and we didn't know when he first took the job, but now I think he's seen his team a little bit. So I think he has more opinions about stuff.
Yeah.
And I found everything to just be this. I found it really refreshing. And I think you agree with me here. I've wanted this for a while.
Yeah.
The Raiders suck.
Yes, they do.
So I want this guy to come in here and be like, this team sucks, and I'm here to like make them good. And I don't care what the beat reporters think of me.
Exactly, man. I did think that comment was interesting because deep down inside, I was like, then why you draft Mike Washington so high? I did think that.
It's not that high. Fourth round's not that high.
I mean, because you think about when even when Josh McDaniels drafted Zamir White, like Josh Jacobs' contract was coming up, right? So it made more sense in my head. But like, if you're gonna turn, because basically he was telling the media that Ashton Genty's gonna become Christian McCaffrey, which I was like excited about. Like when I was, he kept comparing him to McCaffrey, and then even Genty brought it up that he's gonna be McCaffrey. So I'm like, okay. So you're about to be Christian McCaffrey. You're about to do all these little side things, and they're about to throw you the ball like crazy.
You, me, and Clint Kubiak are the only people that have ever made that comparison, and nobody else sees it. If I ever bring it up around anybody else, they're like, they're not the same player. I'm like, I kind of think they get used in the same way. Nobody thinks Ashton Genty can catch the ball.
He caught like 45 passes.
I know. I think McShay was saying that. He was talking about, yeah, Ashton Genty, like for most of because he was talking about in comparison to Jeremiah Love, where he's like, even if it doesn't go well year one, like Ashton Genty, he got 1,300 yards. And I think that Genty had like 380 yards receiving or something like that. It was just like pretty good for a running back who that's more. I feel like that's a lot more than he had at Boise. Like, he can catch the ball. He's a very smooth guy. I mean, that Texans game, you're like, that's a receiver in that game. It was nuts. So Kubiak's watching that. I like everything I'm hearing out of him. And even the shield comment, right? Which a lot of people had here's the thing about the whole earning your shield thing.
Yeah.
If Clint Kubiak sucks, the shield thing is cringe and lame.
Yeah, I agree.
If Clint Kubiak is good, that's the best thing that's happened to the Raiders. So it doesn't matter. Coaches do stuff like that all the time. And what I didn't know, and I actually thought it was a really nice follow-up by Adam Hill, said So it's a team thing. It's not players earning shields. No, he's like, no, it's the team. It's when I see a practice I like. And he also comes from that Seattle coaching tree. And I've listened to some Mike McDonald interviews where Mike McDonald talks about conditioning until players throw up. Like he's like saying, I'm trying to make you throw up like on the field. And like the league comes and talks to Mike McDonald about the way he conditions, like the players union and stuff. And I think Clint Kubiak's doing the same thing because he kept talking about conditioning. He said conditioning like 5 times in his press conference. Yeah. Coaches don't talk about conditioning that much anymore. People freaked out when Robert Saleh took the seed oils out of the Titans locker room. Like conditioning is like not a thing anymore for fans. Like back in the day, you were like, oh, yeah, the players are puking. Good. Thumbs up, coach. Now they're like, the players puked. I think we need to sue.
Robert Saleh make sure everything was halal in the Titans and
halal and full of tallow. To be honest, I would play for Robert Saleh. I'm just saying that much. Yeah, it sounds good to me.
Yeah. Before we get some more of these questions, anything else out of OTAs? Mendoza, Cousins take on the main snaps. Mendoza taking the third snaps. O'Connell is the backup right now.
And he got a shout out from Kubiak. And I don't think shout outs from Kubiak are participation trophies. I don't think he just gives shout outs for shout outs. He said O'Connell's been phenomenal. He said Aiden's been phenomenal. And I was like, that when I put a little pin, I said, oh. Remember when I asked you last week? I said, let's say we're week 3. Cousins has the starting job. And week 3, Cousins comes out of the game. Who's the backup? I'm not so sure it's Mendoza if Mendoza does not win the starting job right away. Just saying. When he complimented Aiden, I started, my antenna popped out a little bit. I was like, the antenna came up. I said, I hear you, coach. I'm speaking your language, coach. I thought that was interesting.
It is super interesting because the thing is, man, if that happened and Mendoza's not the active guy, like that means you really like O'Connell.
Or you're just thinking like this year my team's not that good.
Yeah, that too. It could be either one. Because the thing is, like, if you really like Aiden, why did you sign Kirk Cousins? Like, what's the difference?
Yeah, you don't know if you like Aiden if you haven't coached him. I understand that. Like, you might like film, but you might like, okay, if I coach Aiden O'Connell, what does it look like? Like, if I'm yelling at it. Because here's the thing, and I want to talk about this too with Mendoza. I think one of the reasons I remember messaging you this, just like in a private chat, like just saying, like, I think one of the reasons they picked Mendoza, you know, when you hear Spytech talk about these, when we knew it was the guy, and we kind of like laugh because it's like you guys have been picking him since that, you know, since that loss to the Giants, basically, and when they knew it was the guy, I think Kubiak knew it was the guy when he was like, "Can I yell at this guy?"
Yeah.
Can I be a dick to Fernando Mendoza? Because I think he's going to be. And I think that's what's needed. And when he complimented Mendoza, he said, as advertised, like this guy asks the questions that need to be asked. Like I don't think he does coach speak compliments. I don't think that's what he does. I don't think he just gives out compliments. That's not his process at all. Yeah. And when he brought that out, it was like, oh, okay. That's when you know the marriage between coach and quarterback like is gonna work. And I feel like we're going to be fine. Now, the year one's going to be interesting. Year one's going to be interesting because he's just like, okay, you have Cousins, you have O'Connell. We'll see. I think Mendoza, you just have to do the plan that works because if it works, we're not worried about what year one. We'll laugh about year one 8 years from now and be like, hey, remember when he didn't start year one? But then he's, you know, hell, the Raiders are a perennial contender with him. And I feel very confident about Kubiak. This whole thing, I felt extremely confident about him.
I do too, man. I do. And you know, I'm so confident in Kubiak that I'm scared about Cousins playing.
Yeah, great. I'm sorry. Antiversal made another point I wanted to make there.
Okay.
Mendoza should be used to it from Cignetti, and I think Cignetti and Kubiak are very similar because Cignetti's a dickhead too.
Yeah, Cignetti's he thinks he's Bill Belichick.
He is, and he is.
He kind of is.
I think he is of college, like the offensive version. And I think he watched the Cignetti coaching and say, okay, he responds to that because you've talked about it in your breakdowns. Mendoza's mechanics got better under Cignetti. That means he's coachable. That means he's coachable, but it's not from It's not from patty cake. It's not from, let's go to Dave and Buster's together and learn how to fix your mechanics. It's, I'll call you at 2 a.m. and ask why, like John Gruden stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, those are the capitalistic businessman, man. He understands, the boss man can yell at him all day.
For sure. And you know what? Sign me up for the entire thing.
Me too, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm not complaining.
Works. This is how football works.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not complaining at all. All right. Ruben Russ, how much does coaching matter for a roster versus talent? I feel like great coaches get production out of their roster regardless. And scheme versus position coaches, what matters more? I used to think scheme until Brennan Carroll. Brennan Carroll ruined Ruben's thought process on offense.
Yeah, I still think Chip Kelly needs a lot of blame for that too. I understand. I get it. The hiring of that coaching staff that's doesn't make sense when you look at it. And I feel bad for ever buying into it. Because you have Pete Carroll hiring one of the more expensive offensive coordinators, Chip Kelly, and then you usually give your offensive coordinator the choice of his O-line coach, because it's a very sacred aspect of a coaching staff is that O-line coach.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't believe it, but Chip Kelly must have chose Brendan Carroll as his offensive line coach. No, he didn't. So that whole thing was mismatched. But I think holistically, when you talk about how it works around the league, I would say that it is just a mixture of both, which is a boring answer. But there are bad coaches that run the Shanahan offense, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's bad coaches that run the offense everybody wants to run, but they're not good coaches.
Yeah. Slowick got love at the first year, but then
Yeah, he's again it's not just every coach would run that offense if that was all it took.
I agree.
So you know that there's no scheme that just rolls out of bed where they hire Glenn Rockney and I go, I'm going to run the Shanahan thing and I'm just going to go in the huddle and I'm going to coach every day and I'm going to say, guys, watch the Niners. We're going to do that. Right on. Yeah, you guys want to go to the Sphere later?
Yeah.
We're gonna go to the Bellagio. We're gonna hang out. Conor McGregor's coming by later. We're gonna hang out. We're gonna do all this stuff. But just watch the Niners. Do what they do. What are you fucking idiots? You can't do that. That's what matters. Is you have to have scheme, and then you have to have coaches that care about the scheme, and you have to have the GM that drafts the players that fit the scheme.
Exactly.
And then you have to have those players be coachable, which I do think SpyTech is doing a good job at, is finding these coachable players. So we'll see. Yeah.
I mean, that's why I feel like they took the whole U of A secondary, because they're all versatile, coachable guys who really big film guys.
Seems like it.
Mm-hmm. Dutchmaster, thoughts on Lindenberg being the starting linebacker with Dean out?
Did we not call that a little bit?
We did a little bit.
Did we not?
You get 15 tackles in special teams, bro.
I'm just saying. Every coach is rock hard watching that. They go, what can he do in space?
He's a grinder. Look at him on special teams getting tackles.
Don't come in the film room for 15 minutes. I'm busy. Just these.
It's so real though.
They love that stuff, and they should. That's how you make a team as a 7th round pick. That's how you stay on a team as a 7th round pick. And these are opportunities that open up. And I know Nakobe Dean was at his wife's graduation, if I'm not mistaken. I think that was what ended up happening. So I'm not worried about that. But I think he is next man up at that position. And Lindenberg is I mean, his college tape is good. He can play.
Yeah, I mean, Lindenberg's a linebacker, bro. He's a green dot dude, right? You know what I'm saying? So let Nakobe Dean get hurt.
Yeah, he's about to play.
We might have a stud right there, Doc.
He's gonna be one of those guys after a 12 tackle game with an interception, and Peter Schrager's interviewing him the next day, on a national show. Those are the type of guys they go after. And I like Lindenberg a lot. I think he was one of the only good day 3 picks SpyTech made last year. I thought he did a lot of dumb stuff on day 3. last year, if we're being real. But Lindenberg's the type of guy where you're like, this guy gives me the special teams floor, and then let's see what happens after that.
Yeah. I mean, he's already.
Yeah. So no. You.
I totally forgot what I was about to say. Actually,
just Lindenberg.
I was going to ask you. Actually, we're bringing up the topic of OTAs. What do you think about Taron Johnson holding out? Because you brought up Dean being out.
Yeah. Taron Johnson's just going to have to deal with it, and the problem is you already got traded. You can't do this on the team you got traded to. This is bad business on his part. Your contract is your contract. I'm sorry. I know everybody wants to be pro player now. And then it's, I love it when the player gets a lot of money. Like everyone loves doing this on their little like podcasts about analytics where it's like, okay, but your analytics show they're not worth that. So why are you caping for the player? Like you're trying to do this AI thing and you're mad about AI and all of these things and you're the guy fighting for players to get a bunch of money. You know there's a salary cap. You understand how this works. Like, why are you being stupid about this? I'm not giving Taron Johnson a damn thing. You want to play for the Raiders this year? That's fine. We drafted 2. And I will say, big up to SpyTech for drafting 2 kind of
corners,
versatile kind of secondary
Maybe he knew
players.
this was coming.
That's what I'm saying. And I bet he did. And I'm not saying because they seemed very hell-bent on Stukes in the second round. If you watched, I know the Raiders got kind of overshadowed by the Cowboys on that draft ESPN thing, but they were like, we want Stukes. That was kind of what they were doing in the second round, was that's our guy.
Yeah.
So, at the end of the day, I'm thinking, I have Stukes. He's a 25-year-old rookie. He should be able to play this year. I'm going to give him slot reps. I think he was getting some slot reps. We haven't really talked about the defense, which I'd like to a little bit about what's happened on OTAs. But you have the Taron Johnson thing. You just say, I'm not going to trade you again. You're going to get traded twice. The third team's going to pay you.
Yeah.
Forget it. Sorry. Sorry. It doesn't all end in fairy tales for these players sometimes.
Because my thing is like, Kenny Moore is out there. Like my dude in the Discord, Michael Frenetti, he brought up just cut him and bringing Kenny Moore. And I was thinking like,
that's not bad. Michael's got some bars. I've seen Michael. I like Michael's process here.
I mean, because what's the difference between Kenny Moore and Taron Johnson?
There's none. I mean, I kind of forget about Taron Johnson sometimes. If you ask me to forget about a guy that's on the Raiders 2027 or 2026 defense, I'm like I can name a lot of them. Then I'm like, oh yeah, Taron Johnson.
Yeah.
That's not to say he's good or bad. He might be a good player for the Raiders in 2026. But I'm kind of like, whatever. We'll figure it out if you're gone. I'm not super hyped up on their win total this year. He's kind of more of a guy on a contending team. But you're not going to get anything for him. The Raiders, traded a 6th?
Yeah.
So what's the other team going to get you knowing he needs a new contract or needs more guarantees? And I'm sorry, you can play the sad violin music about NFL guarantees. I don't care. I'm a Raider fan. I just don't care what the players make on the Raiders. I don't care about their guarantees. I'm a Raider fan. I'm sorry.
Yeah, because it's just like I just understand why he's holding out. Like, bro, I literally could cut you and just go sign Kenny Moore.
That's what I mean. Like, you have no leverage.
And honestly, I kind of want the Raiders to do that because I'd rather have Kenny Moore.
Yeah. Yeah, I like Taron Johnson. I like Taron Johnson. I do, but it's not keeping me up at night. I'm not tossing and turning at night like Taron Johnson.
Yeah. So what do you want to talk about the defense? You said you want to get into the defense a little bit.
Jermod McCoy's returning punts.
Yeah.
That's insane. Why? Did he return punts at Tennessee?
No, he didn't.
What's going on? What do they do? I said this. Their plan is to get 5 years out of Jermod McCoy if they can. and that's fine. I think that's totally fine out of a 4th round pick. It's like, look, we found a 1st round talent in the 4th round, but he's not going to play 10 years in the league. That to me is like, yep. Returning punts is insane to me. Is that a ball tracking exercise?
Mm-hmm.
What's happening? I'm asking you. I have no idea.
I mean, ask it again.
Like, why is Jermod McCoy returning punts? Like, what's the point? Like, it's not a thing a guy did.
He's really athletic. I mean, he's really athletic. He's really fast. That's what I'm thinking. I don't know if maybe he did.
I don't know this. I don't know. This is a Matt
let me
Holder
look this up. I'm gonna look this up.
This is a Matt Holder question. But I don't remember that. I don't remember when they drafted him going, and he's got punt return value. You're like, I don't remember anybody saying that. Maybe they're observing the knee. I do see James McLean saying that in the chat, saying like, maybe they're just observing how the knee goes, but that's a way to get a guy hurt.
Well, we're going to bring it back. He had 7 punt returns at Tennessee in 2024. He only averaged 8.4 yards per carry.
Were they tied?
8.4 yards per punt return. It's a lot of fair catches. In my opinion. A lot of.
Yeah, I mean, no. He is so good at tracking the ball, and at me being a baseball guy, I loved finding out that he was a Texas like all-state baseball player. So, which to me at corner is just like if you have the athleticism and you can track the ball in the air as like a center fielder, that's just you're going to be great. So maybe there's that. I just was like, did I miss the like insane punt return for a touchdown that he had in college? Like, I feel like I would have seen that.
His longest punt return in 2024 was 23 yards.
I mean, that's a nice feather in your cap, but it's just not. That's not getting me. It's not getting me to put you out there. So that's odd. I'd like to know. Here's the thing: our beat writers, nobody asked about that.
Yeah.
Why couldn't you just say like, "Hey, Jermod McCoy's returning punts"? Is there like a thing about that? You don't have to be aggressive about it or anything. Can I figure out why? Like, what was your plan there?
I mean, you just gotta ask it the right way. Like, so Jermod McCoy's returning punts. I know he only averaged like 23 yards per carry. Do you feel like he could get better there? Just ask this a normal question, right?
It's not something a lot of fans expected to see. Could you comment on that? That's all you have to say. I found that strange.
Yeah. No, because I feel like that dude, the new athletic guy, he's like super engaged.
Sam Warren.
Yeah, he's like super engaged, right? Like, yeah, he's a really good dude. He's like super engaged, and I'm pretty sure he was at that camp and he realized he probably looked around. He probably saw them all in the back of the tent. He was still in the field by himself, like I was.
Yeah.
That tripped me out, bro. I was like, so we're not watching practice, or we're just gonna? All right, cool. All right, cool. We're not watching practice. Just leave me out here by myself, looking like a weirdo. Like I'm super engaged and shit. It's probably Sam Warren because he has some very detailed tweets.
I know. Is there like any chance we could get Sam Warren for like even if we pre-recorded it?
I think we could, man. He followed me back.
Just like 20 minutes. Like can we you and me get 20 minutes and we like air it on Friday Night Live?
He's younger than I thought he was too. Like he looks super old in his picture, but he's mad younger than I thought he was.
I think we need because he has injected a nice like wow, we have like beat writers now, like a real one. So that was nice. So I would love it if we could do, even if we pre-recorded it like during the day, a Sam Warren interview and like aired it during Friday Night Live. That would be really tight.
He has a YouTube channel. I hit him up though. I mean, he follows me.
Just hey, loose, laid back interview. Sam would love to, just something like that. I would because I really like what he's been doing.
Yeah, because seriously, because you could tell that. Like I'll be completely real with you guys. I don't know, maybe if anybody's listening to the show that is a journalist, I'm sorry, all due respect, but they all they all went to the tent, and I was thinking like, why are we in the tent?
Yeah,
they're practicing still.
Yeah,
like I was like, what is going on here? You know what I mean? So so Sam, that's why Sam was super detailed. Because he's probably still out there, man, by himself. You know what I mean? So
that's good. I'm glad to have a guy like that. It feels like it's nice getting what we think is going to be a legit head coach and then a legit beat writer. It just feels like the Raiders are becoming a team. It's nice.
Yeah. Did you hear Vinny or somebody say McCoy could have Todd Gurley like career where the knee gives out?
I mean, I didn't hear that, but that's my take on Jermod McCoy.
Yeah.
If it was a long-term thing, they'd tell him to get the knee fixed.
Should going crazy here. Should you get your expectations down?
Yeah, they're not going to the playoffs this year. In my opinion, they're just not.
If they go to the playoffs, I'd be in complete shock.
I'd make a complete shot, and I'd be like, man, we are.
And I might give you a Kubiak jersey, like was that
Grizz, like Grizz with the Mayock jersey. Man, he blocked me for that. You're not allowed to. If you have a Mike Mayock jersey, you're not allowed to tell me about football. What do you do with that? Do you dig through people's recycling bins at apartment complexes and be like, "Hey, is that Jerry Porter jersey?" No, that's a Mayock jersey. That's crazy. Did he play for the Raiders? No, he was the GM. Was he good? No, he sucked. Interesting.
I wonder if he still has that jersey. What do you think? What do you think he does?
He does. He does. Like,
is he wearing like those grocery store?
Pulls weeds in the backyard with that jersey, and then they're like, "There's a spill over there. I'll get it, honey." Take the jersey off and clean up a little cranberry juice on the floor. Oh my god! That dude, I swear, that dude owes me an apology.
Yo, Grizz was a crazy. I don't know where he went.
Is he still popping? I
don't know, man.
Yeah, where's Grizz at?
I think he got ran off the internet because he came on there with like dirty fingernails. And, like,
that's right.
The Black Raiders fans really got on there. They got with his dirty because his opinions and his other dirty fingernails. And he couldn't handle the slander. So he's like, I work construction,
which is crazy. Just cut your nails.
Wash your hands. Wash your
hands and then cut them. Like that's I did that for a long time. Like you just cut the fingernails.
Yeah. So yeah.
Shout out, man.
shout out, Grizz.
Yeah, shout out, dude. That guy got so mad at me once. Or not.
Oh, because he used to love Henry Ruggs. Remember, he's like,
he was really big on Henry Ruggs, and I was like, I don't know. I think CeeDee Lamb's better. He's like, he's slot only. That's what he said with his long fingernails. He's slot only. And he just started scratching his desk, just peeling wood off like SpongeBob. Ripping the bed. Yeah, I like Henry Ruggs more.
I like Henry Ruggs more
for his character.
Yeah, then, I remember like he started hating Derek Carr because Derek Carr didn't like help him get like 1,000 yards year one. He's like, I don't like Carr. Carr can't throw downfield. We need Matthew Stafford for Ruggs. Yeah.
Damn it.
Yeah.
I'd still sign Henry Ruggs if we're. Is everybody asleep in the chat? I'd still sign him.
So I would sign Henry Ruggs.
I would sign Henry Ruggs. I don't care.
Yeah, man.
I don't care. He went to jail. Dante Stallworth didn't go to jail. Leonard Little didn't even go to jail for killing people.
Exactly.
He did 3 years, which is a long time for an NFL player. Honestly, I would sign him.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. Just a thought.
All right. Wimby just did some alien shit. I mean, the Spurs are getting their ass kicked, though. They're down 2-1. Who is the biggest athletic freak in Raiders history? Oh, my God. That's a great question.
That's a lot. In Raiders history, now, do they have to be good? No. So let's go with the guys who maybe weren't that good. Bruce Campbell was a freak.
Okay. Yeah, exactly.
I'll go Ted Hendricks, though. Back old school. 6'6" outside linebacker. Guy was a monster.
There's Bo Jackson, right?
There's Bo Jackson, probably number one.
He probably is number one. He probably is.
Probably number one. I would say McFadden kind of had the athleticism.
A secret one is Tyvon Branch.
Yeah.
Tyvon Branch is a freak.
Totally.
He was a complete freak. He was.
Yeah, for sure. Actually, you know who else was a freak, but he just sucked, was Fabian Washington.
Philip Buchanan
and Fabian Washington were both. I think I meant Philip Buchanan, actually, but they were both the same player to me. They drafted them back to back. They were just psycho athletes who they could not play.
My dog Andrew, he's gonna make me Google who's Warren Wells. Let's see.
Warren Wells. That's my tax. That's my tax guy, I think.
He's got me Googling here, bro.
Stanford route is another good one.
Warren Wells from
Chris Johnson.
AFL. This is an AFL guy.
Damn.
Had
Andrew is the OG. I do really like Andrew brings up old school. I'm an old school guy, so I like all that stuff.
I like that because Warren Wells had 47 catches for 1,260 yards.
Damn.
He averaged 26 yards per reception.
Oh yeah, you're a monster.
14 touchdowns.
They might shoot you. They might shoot you with a tranquilizer dart back then.
Wow.
They might just have a guy in a safari hat just shoot you back then if you were doing that.
I think Al Davis is trying to duplicate him for the rest of his life.
Yeah, Andre Bruce is a great call.
That's a great one.
He was
he said Warren Wells owes me money.
Yeah, you're not getting it back, by the way.
I know the Sunny players they didn't get paid like they do now.
Yeah, no.
So I didn't want to know, Eddie, what you're doing with him. That Warren Wells owes you money.
That's Eddie's best comment of all time, by the way. Thank you. Obi Melifonwu's not a bad call. He was athletic as hell. His brother's good at football. He stinks.
Yeah.
That Mexico City game where Brady just tore him to shreds. And it was just Melifonwu all day. I was just like, oh no, this is never gonna happen. We're never gonna get Obi Melifonwu, are we?
No. Baby Suge really wants Fernando Mendoza to make the playoffs. He keeps paying. He's paying us to yell at us.
Hey, pay Fernando. Yeah, somebody like just.
CJ Sharp. Purdy. Purdy was on the team that picked 27th. First of all, Jane Daniels, yes, Bo Jackson, Lamar, Dak, our QBs that made the playoffs within the first year. I got a question for you. Should count the Super Bowls?
No, I hear, but he did just say make the playoffs. That's all he said. He ain't worried about the Super Bowls. He did just say make the playoffs. He wants that season. He wants the dopamine season where you're tapping the veins.
He wants the Mendoza season where the playoffs.
Yeah, where you cape for him for the rest of his career if he's not good. Like you want that one, and I get it. I 100% get it, and I do think there is a small chance that we do get that CJ Stroud year one out of Mendoza, where you're like, actually, he's the guy.
I think Mendoza's gonna play really well because he's so good pre-snap. He's gonna play well for a minute before teams decide like we have to stop him. Because NFL teams are gonna have to respect him, and he's so good pre-snap that he's gonna play really well. And then I think he might hit a wall for a minute. That might frustrate some fans, but I think like out the gate, like the first 3 games he plays so well pre-snap, he's gonna tear those teams up. He is. And it's gonna look, everybody's gonna be super hype.
That's gonna be the thing about Mendoza is we've had a week of Mendoza quotes and everybody's buzzing.
Yeah.
The whole NFL media is buzzing and Raider Nation's buzzing. And it's all about how Clint Kubiak's take on Mendoza. So if we actually get good preseason film from Mendoza,
yeah, to be honest, he's probably gonna play good in the preseason because I'm telling you, he's so good pre-snap. If you give him vanilla coverage, he's gonna read that really well and make the right decision. So that's why I think even when it's gonna be one of those things where if Cousins starts the season right and they start 2 and like whatever, and then Mendoza comes in, there's gonna be like 3 straight, in my opinion, like great, like not great games, but good games where he's playing it well enough for the Raiders to win because he's so good pre-snap, and they're not gonna be trying to confuse him. They're gonna be like, let's stop Ashton Genty and Mike Washington, right? Because he's a rookie, right? And especially if he plays against a defensive coach. Defensive coaches they have no respect for quarterbacks at all. So if he plays against some defensive coaches early on, when he's starting to play some starts, like let's say he plays Aaron Glenn the first start.
Yeah.
Like Aaron Glenn's gonna blitz him the whole game, right? And Mendoza's gonna read that shit, and then we're gonna think Mendoza's a god coming out of that game because he just tore up the Jets, right? And that's the type of thing that's gonna happen. But then teams might change it up. They might change the coverages, and that's when he might hit that wall for a little bit. And that's what I think Raider fans got to expect. He's going to come out hot. He is because he's
Make sure you guys clip this, by the way. Clip this. I know StreamYard has an AI on this. Clip this, guys, because I want this on record.
Yeah, because I literally feel this way. He's going to come out hot, and we're going to be like, oh, my God, this dude is the truth. But I think he's going to hit a wall at some point because teams are going to start like maybe playing a little bit further back. They're going to be like, okay, let's make them run the football. Let's get them out of this play action shit that they're doing. Let's get them out of this where he can read the pre-snap all the time. I think that's what's going to happen with Mendoza at some point. But I do think he's like the first 3 games, he's going to come out hot, bro. Like, because it's just how he plays quarterback. Because that's how Geno Smith got away with it for 4 seasons in Seattle, and then he got here, right? And teams were like, "Oh, we know how to play you," and he played like shit, right, for a whole season. But at Seattle, he got away with it because teams didn't respect Geno Smith.
Yeah,
Geno Smith is really good pre-snap. So when you're really good pre-snap, you can get away with. You can't. Andy Dalton, great pre-snap, but like Andy Dalton got in the playoffs, he looked like shit. But like, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes Andy Dalton can still come out and look really good because he's so good pre-snap, right? And, and even Derek Carr, I'll give Derek Carr an example. Early in his career, Derek Carr is great pre-snap. I think later in his career, he got better post-snap, right? Like 2020, 2021, those years. But like the earlier years, he was so great pre-snap that he was able to eat. And that's how I think the Mendozas could do the same thing. So
is that now?
He said, people are giving me. I said Chip was going to cook. I didn't know Chip was going to go back to Oregon's offense.
Yeah,
okay?
no,
I'm sorry. We're going off Ohio State there, guys. Okay,
it is what it is. It is what it is. You chalk it up as a loss and charge it to the
game. Man. Sometimes I'm wrong. I'm wrong sometimes, guys.
Yeah,
I'm not perfect.
Yeah, perfect. Steph Curry's missed before, but
exactly.
But anyways, what I mean is it happens. But now, when you hit that, I think the thing is what you're saying is all true. And I think some fans might get scared when you bring up some of these names, like these Andy Daltons, these Derek Carrs, especially these other guys. I think the Kubiak thing coming in is what helps, is the marriage between the quarterback and the head coach. You have a chance to have this work for a decade plus, if it's what we think it is. So when you hit that wall, it's up to your coach to kind of like, okay, I saw this coming. Now what do we do? And I think a lot of I even think Gruden. It was tough with Gruden because it's like, okay, we figured out the Gruden offense. Now what do we do? And you're like, and that happened every season. It seemed like towards the end, it was just other coaches. You see it with even with like the Texans with C.J. Stroud. Yeah, who's their offensive coach? It's going to change a lot. If they're any good, they're going to leave because you have DeMeco Ryans there, and you have that offense. If their offensive coordinator is good with C.J. Stroud, they're going to leave. If they're bad with C.J. Stroud, they're going to get fired. With Kubiak, you have that constant. So if he's able to adjust the way defenses adjust with Mendoza, I think you have a really, really good shot at a perennial top 10 quarterback.
Yeah. Like I think he's going to be top 15 regardless, in my opinion. I think he's top 15, like at least, right? Before let's get to the tourney. We get to the tourney. We're already at an hour 40 almost. Marcus or Glenn, do you guys own any Raiders jerseys?
I have a Michael Mayer jersey and a Darren McFadden jersey.
I have a Derek Carr jersey. That's it.
Yep, I have a Darren McFadden jersey. I'm waiting for the next number 20 on the Raiders. I'm waiting for somebody to take over that number 20, and I can just get it switched.
Baby Shug just left a minute 30 voicemail. He all right, but let's get to this tourney. Let's get to
next week, Shug. We'll get to that. Yeah.
Let's do the tourney here, guys, because it's a little behind here. Stop screen here. All right. So we're going to do some voting here on this one. So I get this up. Office pool here. Boom. All right. So we got one side here. We got Ronald Curry, Jalen Richard, Jack Jones, touchdown. Jacoby Ford, touchdown versus Chiefs, 94 yards. Carter Renfro. McFadden versus Denver. This is a hard one. It was either between the Jags versus Denver, but I thought the Denver one was
Carter Renfro play? What's the exact Carter?
Versus the Colts.
Okay, the long one where he took the slant. Was that? No.
Yeah. The play that basically put him in the playoffs. Basically.
Right.
That play, I 100 believe that's like one of Derek Carr's best plays ever, in my opinion. And then we got Chandler Jones versus Robert Woodson, pick 6 versus the Broncos from 2022. 2002. That was about 90 something yards for the Broncos. Legendary play right there. The other side, though, we got Terrell Pryor versus Torrey James pick versus the Dolphins. Just kind of forgotten play. Big play. Hail Mary versus the Jets versus Jacobs 86. Dwayne Harris 99 yard touchdown when he picked up the fumble. Carr to Seth Roberts versus the Bucks. Mac pick 6 versus Crabtree versus Baltimore. So that's what we got going here. So let me get back on YouTube here. Let me get on YouTube. So I'm gonna start the polls.
I know.
All right.
Exactly.
Yeah, right. So let's start off with the first one here. Where should we start off, Glenn? Should we start off with Ronald Curry?
Yes.
Okay, so we got Curry, one-handed touchdown versus Jalen Richard, 70-yard touchdown. Let's talk about these plays real quick. What are your thoughts about these plays, Glenn?
Okay. So let's talk about them both here.
Okay.
The Jalen Richard 70-yard touchdown against the Saints. I remember that game. The Raiders had hit kind of a lull. They came out looking good. They're coming off a 7-9 season, and we kind of expected this year to be like the year. But knowing that the Saints, right, and this is kind of at the tail end, but still the Saints are this good team. This is just a capital G good team, and Jalen Richard changes the game with that play, and you're just like, whoa. I remember the Super Mario edits that people made out of it. It was really cool. The Ronald Curry catch in the snow, though. People just don't know. People, if you weren't alive during that time, you just don't get it. Or if you weren't, if you were just a baby rocking it, you just don't get it. I got to go with the Curry catch. Though the Jalen Richard meant more for the season, Ronald Curry meant more for the play, in my opinion. So I got to go. I think we have to judge it off the play rather than the implications. Because Jalen Richard, I think, set the tone for that 2016 season with that run.
It did. Seriously.
But Ronald Curry, that catch is unbelievable. So I'm going Ronald Curry. All
right. So I probably go Ronald Curry here too. Right, because I just think that's why I had it so high ranked. I mean, I didn't try to do rankings. I was going to do rankings, but it was too hard. So I was like, I'm going to kind of set it up like it's a ranking, but it's not because it was hard for me to pick. But I mean, the Ronald Curry catches top 10 like all time of just catches.
I agree. Crazy athlete, Ronald Curry.
He also had this catch like in 2008 or something. Like he caught it over like 2 Vikings and his helmet was falling off. If he had a quarterback, man, I don't know.
Yeah, I really like. Was he Wake Forest?
Yeah, he was a quarterback at North Carolina.
That's right. Or North Carolina.
Basketball player and a quarterback.
Right,
Yeah.
Insane athlete.
Insane, bro. Okay, I would go that. Okay, I'm gonna start the poll. So we're doing Raiders. So Richard 70-yard touchdown versus Curry. So go ahead, get your votes in, guys. We're gonna let you guys do this one. I mean, last year we had some vetoes, but we're getting interactive here. So Ronald Curry versus Jalen Richard. What are you guys' thoughts? Give us your thoughts here. So we're going. We got 12 votes in already. I mean, yeah, this is gonna be Ronald Curry. I should just put this Ronald Curry through.
I think Ronald Curry's gonna win.
Yeah, it's pretty. It's not really close.
Yeah, because the Richard it's just what it did for that season. It's not the play right off the bat. I mean, that was awesome. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah. But that's kind of what I ranked him like that is because of that, because I feel like the Curry one's going to be there, like it might be there at the end, you know what I mean?
Yeah, agreed. Again, we need some new Raiders touchdowns that kind of
Richard's catching up though a little bit, man. It's 64-36. Let's get to 40. If you guys can get us to 30 votes, let's get to 30 votes. We only got 25. We get to 30 votes here. It's close, man. 64-30. Okay, we're getting 65-35. It's getting closer than I thought it was going to be. I think it was going to be this close, Glenn. I'm not going to lie.
We'll see. Let's give it another 30 seconds, guys. 30 seconds.
30 seconds here.
So we got Ronald Curry's one-handed touchdown against the Broncos in the snow. Weather is a factor there.
Okay. We're at 30 votes. So it's 68. It was like 68 to 32%. So Ronald Curry moves on. So we got Ronald Curry moving on.
All right. We're
He's gonna move
declaring
on.
it. We're declaring it like a political election here. Yeah,
Exactly. You know, maybe I could bring up this other bracket because I got this other one. I could kind of update it on time here. Let's see here.
Yeah, we definitely will be showing. People will be showing their age here. There you go. All right.
So, okay. So this one. All right. Let's go to the other side. Terrell Pryor versus Tory James. I feel like we should just put Terrell Pryor through because I feel like this is not going to even.
Yeah.
Right.
The Terrell Pryor run against the Steelers had me like get up and like out off the couch. I remember like my parents' old couch.
Mm-hmm.
Like I start thinking about like the material on my parents' old couch when that happens. It's just a very nostalgic moment for me. Again, in a game that didn't mean a lot, another great game where the Raiders beat a better Steelers team. And that Terrell Pryor era where you're just like, look, this probably isn't going to work, but it's fun.
Yeah.
And parting the Red Sea, it was biblical.
Mm-hmm.
There was biblical aspects to it.
Yeah.
And he just runs. And I just remember like it goes viral like once a month. That run. It's Terrell Pryor.
Yeah, because I mean, if we keep it real, Ronald Curry is the 1 seed. Ronald Curry is the 1 seed. Terrell Pryor plays kind of the 2 seed because I was like, how many? Like when we get to voting in that play, it's gonna be a little tough, right? Mm-hmm. So I thought about that. So are we able to watch both plays on here? Like we'll get flagged, bro. I was thinking about that.
It's not gonna happen. You'll have to do it on your own reconnaissance work.
Because I was thinking about that, like I could play it, but I was like, we're gonna get flagged, 100% on that one. All right, next one. So let's go back to the other side. Here we go. Jack Jones touchdown versus Jacoby Ford versus the Chiefs.
Man, this is a great pairing. This is, if I was in the NCAA tournament, this is a matchup I wouldn't want if I was either of these two opponents here. I'd be like, man, why couldn't we have gotten Carter Renfro? You know, like that's what I would be saying. Like the NCAA is rigged, is what I'd be saying. So the Jack Jones touchdown was awesome. However, it just reminded me of the David Amerson pick six. It was like the same pick six of the David Amerson against the Chiefs on Alex Smith, where you're just like, it just ultimately didn't matter. That was during the Antonio Pierce interim where the Raiders beat the Chiefs on Christmas, which I really valued. That really helped. I don't care what it did for their draft stock.
Yeah.
Jacoby Ford against the Chiefs, though. Guys, go on Twitter and just type in Jacoby Ford Chiefs and watch the kick return if you haven't seen it.
I watched it before.
Stupid. Jacoby Ford was the man.
Yeah.
He was the man. I'm going Jacoby Ford here.
Yeah, I go Jacoby Ford too because it's just the game. I remember that was like the first time the Raiders beat the Chiefs in a long time because my best friend, like I was the best man at his wedding and everything. He's the best man at my wedding. I got divorced, but anyways, he's a Chiefs fan, and I'll never forget that game because we were at the bar, and when they beat the Chiefs that year, like we almost got kicked out of the bar because I was tripping, I was cussing like a motherfucker. I was like, "Yo, that was crazy game. We never beat the Chiefs, and they went out there and beat the Chiefs, and that was a big reason why that play."
Mm-hmm.
So it's just huge to me. So that's why I would go Jacoby Ford because like they were down 10-0, and when he did that kick return, that changed the whole game, and they ended up winning that game by a field goal. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
that's why I would go Jacoby Ford. But.
Yeah, and I guess I didn't realize you probably meant the Jack Jones one-handed pick against the Chargers.
Yes.
Oh, I was talking about the pick six against Mahomes.
Oh, yeah. I meant my bad.
Okay, well, it's Jacoby in a landslide then.
I mean,
I thought you were talking about on Christmas Day, the Jack Jones jumping the route on Mahomes.
I was talking about the Chargers one.
Okay, which is an incredible catch, but we were twisting a knife at that point. So I either way, Jacoby Ford wins, but I thought you were talking about the Christmas Day game where the last time the Raiders played good defense was the pick six on Mahomes. I thought that was where he waved.
I mean, that was a great play, though.
Where
I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, that because it looked like the David Amerson one. That's why I was saying that. It looked exactly like the David Amerson one on Alex Smith. And so that's why I was saying. So either way, Jacoby Ford wins. So it's not really important. But
exactly, I agree. So all right, so we got next round is Ronald Curry versus Jacoby Ford. We do that next week. All right, so this is a good one.
This is like almost the same year.
Yeah, Hail Mary versus the Jets.
Mm-hmm. Henry Ruggs.
Josh Jacobs 86-yard touchdown.
Mm-hmm. Man, that Jets game was crazy because it was weird. I just remember thinking that was going to be a win for the Raiders. Just thinking, like, they're going to win this game, and they just didn't play well.
They played like shit.
Greg Williams goes cover 0 in OT. Carr throws a beautiful ball, and Ruggs just like floats underneath it. And you're like, damn, this is going to be this way for 10 years, and there's nothing anybody could do about it, including Topgolf. And it just didn't happen. I'm going to go with the Jacobs 86 because here's the thing. I kind of was a Josh Jacobs hater a little bit. Not a hater, but like he doesn't have a long speed guy. And it always bothered me because I felt like Josh Jacobs, like there was a run against the Packers. I remember when he got hurt in the game, but I think it was Jacobs' rookie year against the Packers. He was carving people up, but he was getting tackled from behind. And I was like, dude, you should have like 2 touchdowns. If you're a first-round running back, you should be walking in the end.
You're right, yeah.
And it always pissed me off. I'm like, okay, you're a first-round running back, though. Like, if you were drafted in the 4th round, I'd be like, Jacobs is the GOAT. But you're a first-round running back, you should be, like, getting away. And I think Genty has that long speed, by the way, that Jacobs doesn't. All I'm saying. But the Jacobs 86 against Seattle, I was like, whoa, where'd that come from? And they won the game on it. And that game was a battle. There were pick sixes in that game. There was all types of Geno versus Carr. There were some crazy turnovers in that game.
Yeah, there was.
And then the Raider, it's the Jacobs 86.
That game always trips me out because that's the game where like Derek Carr like took over the offense like he was Tom Brady and Josh McDaniels got mad at him. Right. they put up like they like broke a yards record and Josh McDaniels is like, I hate you, Derek. Why aren't you listening to me?
Yeah.
Like, dog, they put up like 800 yards, bro. Like,
yeah, that was a crazy game.
Why are you complaining, Josh? Why are you fighting with your quarterback?
Yeah.
After you put up 576 yards.
And now Drake May probably just hangs up the phone on him all the time.
Yeah, he's not the head coach anymore. So like Vrabel probably tells him to shut the fuck up. So
yeah. You know Vrabel's like, I want a boat right now, Josh, but don't ever
like Josh, I'm with Diana right now. I can't have you call me and talk about this.
Just let Drake do what he wants. You're an idiot.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Let Drake do what he wants, man. He's a cool guy. So all right, so let me check the results here. So it's 73-27, Josh Jacobs. So
I think that's a landslide in my opinion.
Yeah, all right, Josh Jacobs here versus the Hail Mary. All right, so next one, we got Carr to Renfro for the playoffs. Basically, I mean they did beat the Chargers next week. They beat the Chargers. McFadden versus Denver, his long touchdown where he broke like 80 tackles.
Can I say one play?
I watched that play today. So
yeah, one play that I don't see on here is the Crabtree slice of blue.
Oh, you?
I love that play.
Yeah.
That got him in the playoffs. That play, in my opinion,
that did
win the Chargers to get them in the playoffs. I will say it's not on here. Not a problem.
Okay.
That being said, I think this is one of the easier ones. It's McFadden versus Denver. McFadden I understand this Carter Renfro, there were playoff implications. McFadden versus Denver was so sick when they used to just slap the donkeys around. I miss it so much. And Denver, had zero answer because they would be having like Elvis Doomerville, like tiny little defensive end against the Raiders, who had in my opinion had a pretty solid offensive line with the Cooper Carlisle, Satellis, the Valdirs around that time. Like it was like they put together a decent O-line there under Cable.
Yeah,
and McFadden tore them up, and it's still another one that goes viral here and there. Remember Darren McFadden, and it's that run.
Yeah,
he was, for a tall guy, you just, unfortunately, the legs just never quite were there.
Mm-hmm.
But man, when he got in space,
Man, Glenn, this is a close one. This is 50-50 after 16 votes. We're at 50-50. This is a close one, man. Carter just took the lead.
Well, let it go for a second. I got to go run to the restroom, but let it go.
Okay.
I'll be right back.
Okay, here we go. All right. McFadden versus Denver's taking off here a little bit. What we got here, guys? Let's see. I'm gonna let this one get some more votes. Okay, McFadden versus Denver's kind of taking the spot. He's kind of taking it away. We get the 30 votes on this one. Okay, all right. Let's see. Get the 30 votes here. 2 more votes. CMV, leave Glenn alone, bro. He said, "Why is Glenn black on the screen?" Leave Glenn alone, bro. You know what I mean? All right, let's see. Yeah, but he set up for a field goal. Yeah, exactly. OC Chris. Okay, all right, guys. All right, so we're at 31. We're at 31 end poll. So we're going McFadden here. So we got McFadden versus Denver. All right. Okay, next one. While Glenn is at the bathroom here, this is gonna be a good one too. I think this is gonna be a great one. In my opinion, it's gonna be a great matchup. We got Harris 99-yard touchdown where he picked up the football versus Carr, just Seth Roberts, Tampa Bay Buccaneers overtime touchdown. All right. So we got, in my opinion, even though I like the Harris play, I'm leaning towards Carr to Seth Roberts. I'm leaning towards it because I feel like that was just like.
I'm sorry. Who won? Who won this last one? McFadden.
McFadden won.
Oh, thank God! Thank God, nature is healing. Wow.
All right, so we got Carr to Seth Roberts here,
and
Dwayne Harris. Yeah,
the where he picked the ball up, and that was a Christmas Eve game, if I'm not mistaken. The Dwayne Harris game, so that does factor in. Kind of during a lost season. That was 2018.
I actually got to the bathroom too, Glenn. So I'm gonna be right back. Go
ahead. I'll talk about this. Yeah.
All right, go ahead.
Yeah. So Carr to Seth Roberts. I heard Marcus at the tail end of it. I do love that Carr to Seth Roberts play. I mean, that Tampa game was nuts. I remember seeing Amari Cooper cooking Vernon Hargraves, who was a touted first round pick. Ended up being a bust, but Amari Cooper just put him in a blender that whole game, but they just could not stop that Tampa offense at all. Vincent Jackson, rest in peace. I just remember they could not stop them. And I would say I would go with the Carr to Seth Roberts because that's just an overtime winner, broken tackle. It was, the core strength on that broken tackle. And Seth Roberts was good for a lot of these, right? Seth Roberts, I remember in the Baltimore game, which was the year before in 2015 where they beat Baltimore. Seth Roberts had another great touchdown in that game. And Roberts would drop these balls that were awful. I remember the Seth the Dropperts, people would call him a lot of times. But then he would have this otherworldly clutch play like you saw in that Tampa game, which let you know that not only was this a big game that the Raiders needed to win, because I remember that game being kind of mid-season, kind of just saying this is when the Raiders would hit their lull as a surprise team. They did not. That Raiders-Bucks game is one of the best games the Raiders have played this century. And there's not a long list of that, but it's Carr to Seth Roberts for me.
Yeah, I'm in this early. It's 80 to 20%, so I'm in that early. That one's pretty easy here. Okay, so we got 2 more here. We got 2 more for today. So we got Chandler Jones versus Rod Woodson, picks 6 versus the Broncos.
I'm gonna have to see if I can find the Rod Woodson because I don't remember it.
It's a great play. It's a great play, man. It really is. It's pretty legendary. He's picking off Greasy And it's like 95 yards. It's like 96, 95 yards. It's like in the red zone, and he picks them off.
Okay,
And
I'm watching it right now.
And it put the Raiders over the top in that season.
Yes. Oh my gosh, it is legendary.
Yeah, it's legendary. It really is.
Yeah. Because my thing with this is the Chandler Jones thing. That's a lost Josh McDaniels season.
Mm-hmm.
It's great. The two Patriots wins during Josh McDaniels are the two best. One other than that Seattle Josh Jacobs win, you have the Max Crosby safety, and then you have the Chandler Jones pick six or whatever that was, fumble recovery 6, whatever that was, spiking Mac Jones into the ground. But it's Rod Woodson. I mean, it's Rod Woodson. I mean, it's in the division, so that always helps.
Yeah.
And it's in a season that mattered. You have a Hall of Famer making that play. It's legendary. It looks great in slow motion. Absolutely, Rod Woodson.
Yeah, yeah. When I watched that play, I was like, I totally forgot about that play. I was like, yo, I remember that play when I was a kid, when I was like 17.
Yeah, see, I don't remember this.
I remember that play when I was 17. I was like,
it's beautiful.
It was crazy, right? Especially like Brian Greasy had like mad hype.
He did?
Yeah, because he had a good year the year before.
And he was a national champion at Michigan.
He was a big, tall quarterback with a huge arm. He's playing in the Shanahan system. You know what I mean? Like it was like a sure thing. And he had a great year the year before. And man, Woodson just basically ended it for him. So that was a great play by Woodson. So, and that was a memorable play from 2022. Because the thing is about 2022, people talk about how they started like 4-0 and they lost 4 in a row. And I think, if I remember, this is the game. This is like the 4-4 game where they actually won, and that was a big play that kind of changed the whole season. I think my dude, my historian here, Andrew Castro,
yes,
kind of brought that up. I think that I could be wrong about that, but I think that was part of it. Because they did that year. They started off really fast and kind of slowed down.
Yes, this is November 11th when this happened. So this is around the time you maybe hit a lull during that season.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I think this is a big part of that season where they just took off, and that's when they won the division, won the and on the way to the Super Bowl. So
4-4. DJ says they were 4-4 at the time, so that's huge.
Yeah, see, that's exactly what I thought. Yeah, so that was a huge play. That was a big play in that season.
Yeah, and the Chandler Jones thing is fun. Is more fun than it is pivotal. Yeah. Where it's like, okay, you have the Raiders' future receiver who had a couple 1,000-yard seasons for them, throwing a very ill-advised lateral to Chandler Jones, who goes schizophrenic the next year. Stiff arms Mac Jones, who's on the Jaguars the next year and now is untradeable by the Niners. For Josh McDaniels, it's just more like fun. The Woodson thing matters.
Yeah. The Woodson was a big play. So all right, so we got one more here. It's a big one. I think this one's gonna be a little closer than we.
This is a tough one.
Okay, so you got the Mac pick 6 versus Carolina. This is the pick 6 versus Cam Newton.
Same season.
Same season. These are the same season.
So we can't use the non, like, oh, that season didn't matter versus this. This is the same season. Both very pivotal.
Exactly. So the Mac pick 6 versus Crabtree versus Baltimore. The throw, Derek Carr to end that game to put them back in the lead. Your thoughts, Glenn? I'm gonna put this in the chat. I'm gonna put this in the poll. This one's really tough.
It is tough because I think that's Derek Carr's best throw ever.
Yeah.
Against Baltimore, because that game was a battle. It's another team the Raiders battle against all the time is Baltimore. They just battle. They battle, and I actually think they've won a decent amount of games against Baltimore. That's his best throw. I think Crabtree, did he not have a hat trick that game? He was close. I think he had 3 or 2 or 3 touchdowns that game.
He had 3 touchdowns that game.
He had 3. Yeah. He was unbelievable. That's like, I remember when they signed him off the scrap heap from the Niners, and he was so damn good for the Raiders. Like, it was he was the last, like, one of the last free agent, like, bargain bag guys that just was like, wow. He was just a red zone monster. He did everything Amari Cooper couldn't do. That was what he did. Here's the thing. the Mac pick six sealed an award for a player.
The Max pick six almost made the Oakland Coliseum collapse.
So not even that. So that game is insane. So the Raiders are playing the Carolina Panthers. The Carolina Panthers are good at this point. They're ascending with Cam Newton.
Yeah.
Carr breaks his finger or sprains his finger in that game, has to put a glove on. It's a wild game. It's just one of those wild 2016 games. Every game was like this in 2016. Nobody understands that if you weren't watching it, but every game was this kind of wild in 2016. And we thought it would last forever. But Mac was just out of control. And he that pick six on that play. I remember my wife was gone. I don't know if she was working or something on Sunday. I was just in the house by myself, jumping up and down on a second-story apartment, like just going nuts, going berserk. And Mac sealed a couple games that year. That Bills game against Tyrod Taylor later that year, where he just sacked Tyrod Taylor, stripped the ball, and the ball just fell on him, and he sealed the game. He was just able to do that. To me, it's the Mac pick six, despite the Crabtree versus Baltimore being the best throw of Carr's career.
Yeah. I go Mac pick six too, because like I remember that game just watching on TV, man.
Nuts.
I felt like that guy was at the Coliseum when that popped off. Like,
didn't he seal the game again? Didn't he get another Newton sack?
Yeah. He sealed the game.
Yeah. That's right. God, man,
that season, bro, was so dead.
Crosby needs one of those. Crosby needs one of those.
He does. He does.
That pick he had on Caleb Williams, I thought for a second, I was like, oh, if you take that to the house, you are the GOAT. Yeah, like that pick, that tip ball to himself. But I was like, Crosby needs a defensive touchdown. He's never had one.
Yeah, because Mac was just so clutch with his sacks too, man. Like it would be at the right time, right? Man. So yeah, Max pick 60. We're at 30 votes.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
It wins. It wins. I respect anybody who thinks it's Crabtree versus Baltimore, but that Mac pick six is probably the best play of the 2016 season.
Okay, all right. So we got the lead eight here. We got the lead eight. You got Ronald Curry versus Jacoby Ford versus Chiefs. McFadden versus Denver. Rod Wilson pick six. Terrell Pryor, Jacobs 86 Carr to Seth Max pick six. So we'll start that next week, guys. With that, but we got our lead eight here, man. Got our lead eight.
That was a lot of fun.
I liked it. I loved it. That was dope. I like that for sure. All right, guys. So what are we gonna do?
Raffle time.
This is the raffle here. Stop sharing this. Get the raffle going. Oh yeah, boom.
I do agree with Lemonator saying that the 2-point conversion against the Saints could be on there, but yeah.
There's so many, like, because honestly, like I felt like I was gonna put too many plays from the car.
That the slice of blue to me is the one, because that was just so tight.
Yeah.
The slice of blue for anyone against the Chargers, where it had to be reviewed.
Yeah, Baby Shook wants to play his voicemail. So
can we just save that one? We're at 2 hours.
We're at 2 hours already.
Yeah, let's do the giveaway.
Next week. Yeah. We got another voicemail. We got a couple voicemails for next week. But yeah, Shook, we got you.
We got no mini, next week. Don't we not have any like Raiders mini camp next week or anything? This is a good time for voicemails next week.
First of all, Suge's in the bathtub while he's watching this.
I didn't need to know that. That's a lot of information I didn't need.
No, I gotta play this.
Do you?
Yeah.
I better not hear any bubbles or splashing.
Yeah, exactly.
If I hear any of that, I'm gonna be furious. Play one. Yeah, play one. That's right.
He's only got one. He's only got one today. He's only got one today.
So it was a minute and a half?
Yeah, he said it was a minute and a half.
Okay.
So it is short. I saw it.
Oh, okay. All right.
It's a short voicemail. It is. He followed the rules this week. So I appreciate you for that. Baby Shook. All right, so here we go.
What up, Glenn? You guys just pissed me off right now. I had to jump in and call you guys while I'm in the bathtub.
Gross.
Watching TDL. That's right.
It's like, why are you in the
This will piss me
bathtub
off.
watching this?
All them quarterbacks that I named, I don't think
This
any of
nigga
them
watching
were
his bubbles.
selected in the first round.
He's on the phone watching
Maybe
his
Bo
bubbles.
Nix was, but no, CJ was. But still, my point is, why are we gonna let Fernando pass on not making it to the playoffs within 2 years when those other quarterbacks did it? Huh? Make it make sense, dog. And you know what? Tired of this. You only get a minute and 30-second calls, baby shoes. You only get a minute and 30-second calls. So you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna send 5 voicemails in under a minute and 30 seconds. Can't burn, baby sugar, dog. I'm the greatest contributor to the TDL podcast or YouTube channel. The greatest. Hey, Glenn, I love you, dog.
Thank you. You guys ever seen Pee-wee's Big Adventure where his rival neighbor is playing in his gigantic bathtub and getting mad and stuff? Yeah. Anyways, yeah, shout out Baby Shug on that. I don't know. Here's the thing. A lot of those quarterbacks that make the playoffs year one what are they now?
Exactly.
Like CJ Stroud, I think we have a lot of questions about CJ Stroud. I think he's riding a pretty awesome defense to the playoffs, and we need to see him take over a game. Jaden Daniels, can you stay healthy? Can you stay healthy? Can you go out there and play and stay healthy? We'll see. Is he Robert Griffin? He might be.
Yeah.
I mean, straight up. Like, he's going to have to prove that he's not. And quarterbacks are judged over 10 years. Coaches are, quarterbacks and coaches together, this is going to be judged over a 10-year plan if they're any kind of good. And I will say about Mendoza, I saw a question saying what is the worst case scenario for Mendoza? I think it's that he's mid. I don't think he's going to be a bust in the league. I think he's going to find a way to be a very serviceable quarterback through his intangibles. But in terms of worst case scenario, it's just that he's mid, like Derek Carr, where you just don't know what to do with him.
Exactly.
That's to me his worst case scenario.
Yeah, I feel like that is the worst case scenario. Like where you're at the point where like, yeah, he's not like great, but he's like serviceable. He's competent, and we can win with him. We just got to build around him way too much than we really want to. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I feel like that would be like the main problem I have with having Mendoza if he didn't live up to his expectations. Because, like I said, pre-snap he's so good that he's at least could be Andy Dalton. Like we don't like his floor really is like the Geno Smith, Andy Dalton type of guy because he's so good pre-snap.
Right.
Really on what Mendoza does post-snap as he gets in the NFL is tell us how good he's gonna be.
Yeah.
That's real shit though. Like, and I know people are gonna be like, "Oh, you compare him to Mendoza." I'm not comparing him to Andy Dalton. Basically, what I'm saying is that he's so good pre-snap that he's gonna be able to get away with that super early on. He is. And it's all going to be depending on like the year 2, year 3, year 4. Because Andy Dalton was, you got to remember the buzz on Andy Dalton after his rookie year was like, oh my God, the Bengals got a quarterback. Oh, finally. Oh, after Carson Palmer, right after Carson Palmer. Oh, yeah, yada, yada, yada. And then they got 4 years later on. They're like, oh shit, we can't win with this guy. Because Andy Dalton's great pre-snap.
Mm-hmm.
But like after that, it's like, oh shit. So that's what's going to be.
Yeah, that's what I fear too. I agree.
Right? I mean, which to be honest, I think that's a legitimate fear. Like it is.
I don't think he's ever going to be hot trash. That's the thing. I think he has hot trash proof himself. Maybe that's a hot take by me. I don't see this like Anthony Richardson just like trash. Like I think I think it's. I know. I'm telling you, I just don't think he's going to be a bust. I think it's just going to be like are we going to be constantly waiting to like get him to elite? That's going to be the problem.
Yeah, that would be the annoying part, right? In my opinion. All right. Anybody else? Did I miss anybody? I don't know. You guys see your name? I got your names in here. I was trying to make sure I got everybody in here. Did I miss anybody? If you want to get in this, you got you got 30 seconds. You get to 2 minutes and 14 seconds. I'm looking at. You got 30 seconds. All right, but yeah. But anyway, that's a good question by just on the DJ. But before anybody tries to put their money in here, Does the Bruce Gradkowski to Lewis Murphy game winner count?
I
almost put that in there.
I think it was on the bubble for sure. Love that play. I remember I watched that game.
I almost put that in there. It was that one and like the Chris Carr one too.
That's right.
Yeah, I almost put that one in there. I did, but I was like, man, like when we're comparing like big plays, it's like they're 2-14 though. You know what I mean? So,
Are there empty spaces on this raffle? Are there empty spaces on the wheel?
Not really. What do you mean by that?
Well, it looks like I see 3 empty spots.
Oh yeah, there is empty spots. I don't know. Why does it have that? It's weird. I'm not sure. Oh, no, I fixed it when I shuffled it.
Okay. I saw one guy said he was not in there. Beat Gordo.
Beat Gordo? I thought I put him in there. It's right there. Beat Gordo right there.
Okay.
There you are, Beat Gordo. You're in there. Anybody else? We're past the time anyways.
Let's do it.
We're going. Let's do it. Let's go. So this one is for the flag. Ruben. All right, Ruben. So you get the TDL flag for Ruben. All right, so now let's go with the slides. TDL slides here. What we got? Saeed.
Ruben and Saeed.
Who am I missing? Oh, I'm missing 2 of your Awas. Well, I mean, my bad, Awa, but I missed 2 of yours. I thought I had you in here. I thought I had you in here like 4 times. All right, let's do one more spin. I'll get you in here 2 more times. So I'll be generous here, guys. This spin, though, is for the flag. So we're going to do one more spin for the flag. Okay? All right? So I'm going to shuffle this up a little bit more. We're going to do the flag here. Okay? Here we go. So we got flag first one. Second one is the slides. Next one is the flag here. Beat Gordo.
You got it.
Beat Gordo. All right, Beat Gordo. Okay. All right. So, guys, I'm going to put my email in here, markjohnfootball@gmail.com. Make sure you guys email me there for that. So we and I could hook you guys up with the giveaways. I'm going to put that in the chat there. But hit me up in the email or hit me up on Twitter if you want to. But it's a little harder from Twitter. It's quicker on the email. Okay. Jay, well, I had you in there, dog. I made sure I had you in there, dog. Why did I not see the spin? You missed it. You guys didn't see the spin at all? They didn't see it?
As a matter of fact, I didn't really see it, but
no?
I trust you.
You trust me? You guys, my bad. I'm not a liar, guys. I try to. I'm sorry, guys, but if you didn't see the spin. But those were the winners. You just got to trust me, all right, guys? All right. I'm sorry about that, but yeah, so who was it? It was
you had Saeed, Ruben,
Beat Gordo, and Ruben.
Yeah.
So hit me up. I put that in the chat. And then yeah, guys, we're out of here. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Subscribe. We'll be back here next week, Clint? Or
yes.
Okay, we'll be back here next week, guys. We'll be back here next week. We're gonna be continuing the tournament as well. We got the Elite 8.
Yes.
Best Raiders plays of all time. So, but we're out of here, guys. Peace.